Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Ubisoft Montreal for another edition of our weekly dev stream, The Warrior's Den, but this is a very, very special edition. My name is Eric Pope, Senior Community Developer on For Honor.
And I am Luc Duchesne, Brand Director on For Honor as well.
We shall be your co-hosts, guiding you through the beautiful content that comes in Year 3, Season 1, Vortiger. So that's what we're here to talk about today.
Yes.
There is a heck of a lot.
Oh,
we're going to have a good show. I know I've seen a lot of the excitement in the community, so just strap in. It's not going to be a quick one.
A couple of hours, I think.
I think you're going to enjoy yourself. But to kick things off, we have a video that just dropped. It gives you a look at the way we're looking at the full year. It's not just about this season.
It's not a season 1 of Year 3. It's a full Year 3, Year of the Harbinger.
So let's check that out, and we'll come right back.
Deep dive video that we've already seen. Nice.
Vortiger came out almost 2 years ago already, so it's been hell of a ride in the past 2 years.
That has been too incredible. Yeah, we've added 10 new characters since launch, 2 new game modes. We've changed the onboarding, the network structure.
So if somebody jumping into the game now, he is literally playing a different game. For Year 3, with the Year of the Harbinger, we are doing things a little bit differently, and you can expect it to be a little bit more dark.
The Year of the Harbinger will come with 4 new seasons. At the beginning of each season, we will release a brand new hero. There's going to be major events, new maps, new gear, ton of balancing, and so on. There are rumors of a new cataclysm coming to the land of Form. Amid that chaos, new warriors emerge. Paria, characters with a much
My
heavier
body is
background,
ready.
seize the opportunity to rejoin their faction. Every season, there's going to be a major event.
And I think people will enjoy what we have planned for this year because we will remain mostly in the world of For Honor. We are going to inspire ourselves from the faction war.
So we will take specific moments of the metagame and tell the bigger story behind that and have the player fight and celebrate this moment.
Only like 3 minutes in terms of that actual stream, not the countdown. We
will
have
continue to be the top priority for the game.
over
We
12K
want to
viewers
improve
already.
the offense, the reaction time, the revenge system.
Nice.
Continue to fix targeting and character balancing, starting with the Shugoki, Lawbringer, and continuing with Warlord, Peacekeeper, and so on.
The mindset of the team is to keep supporting that game, keep pushing its boundaries, keep offering new content.
Yeah, that is weird
and being
because
as engaged
on the
as
website
we
they
can
said that
to make For
Shugoki,
Honor a
Warlord, and
long-term success.
Peacekeeper are getting updates. But then now Ramon says Shugoki, Lawbringer, and then Warlord and Peacekeeper.
Very good,
so.
cool video.
Yes.
The year ahead, we obviously know a little more than you do. I'm not going to say more beyond the season. There is such cool things awaiting you, and today is 1/4 of that.
Exactly. That's how we
Not even
see it.
1/4. There's even more coming this season.
Yeah.
So yeah, that video, in case you weren't listening closely, 1 new hero every season. They are male, female, swappable,
Exactly.
whichever you want to choose, you can. We know that's a big request from the community. The first one will be a knight,
Yes.
and it's a black prior.
Black Friar.
You might not know what that means. You're gonna know soon enough.
Very soon, yeah.
And Vortiger is one of the black priors. So we'll dive into that in just a few minutes with Ramon. There's also seasonal events coming, as you've seen if you're a current For Honor player.
Yeah, we know people love them, so there's a couple of seasonal events coming this year. We thought it will be 5, including Halloween, so I'm so excited Halloween is back.
Oh yes.
So 5
and,
of them.
What I like too is we're spacing the seasonal events in a nice way, kind of in the middle of the season.
Yep.
So kind of keeping things interesting all through the year, which is really cool. So given that we have a year of content, Luke.
Exactly, we have the Year 3 pass that is available now, so you can get the 4 new heroes and extra bonuses.
Already
in
got it, by
1
the way.
week early access, which means that if you're getting it today, so next Thursday on January 31st, you get access to the Black Prior immediately. So it's also the same thing for the 3 additional heroes coming out later, plus an elite outfit. You get a Thunderbolt and Frightening effects on all heroes.
Such a good effect.
Yes, it is. 5 scavenger crates, and a 30-day champion status as well.
And what's cool, like you said, you get all of that stuff except for the hero right now. Like,
Exactly.
if you got it right now, all that stuff would be on
The
there.
crate, the champion status, and the effect, you're getting it now.
Yeah. So just check out your store, whether you're on Xbox, PlayStation, PC. Check out whatever your first-party store is, and it's right there. Grab it. You can get it right through the game. But as well, if we could just change the page on the run of show, please.
Yeah.
The Alex. Thank you. As well,
Good job.
for you, our viewers, we have a treat for you right now. It's a Warriors thing. If you've seen our show, this is how it is. We are doing Twitch
We'll
drops
get
on the
better.
show again today.
We're just warming up.
Yeah, we're just warming up. I'm already sweating. We're doing Twitch drops. So if you have not already, you can link your account, your Ubisoft account, with your Twitch account. And all throughout the show, you're going to get super cool drops. Every 30 minutes of view time, you get 1 scavenger crate. So those are going to stack. And
Chance
every
to
10
win
minutes of viewing time, you
100,000
get another chance to win 100,000 steel. So
Haven't
we're going
won
to
it
be giving
yet.
that out to a
We'll
handful
see
of
today.
our viewers. But the longer you watch, basically, the better your chance of winning is. So the important thing you need to know, when you're getting drops, you will be getting them, but you're not going to get instant notifications.
Exactly.
It takes 24 hours or so to start receiving those notifications on your account. So don't freak out if you don't hear anything. Just make sure your account's linked, and don't tab away from the show, because when you're tabbed away, I believe it doesn't actually accumulate. So watch the show,
And
link
stay
your
with us.
account, and stick with us.
And speaking of the show, we have a big show planned today. A lot of things are going to be discussed on the show. We're going to talk about the Black Prior. Obviously, we're going to meet him. We're going to go over a bunch
That's
of
the
different things.
first thing they're doing.
Narrative, art, fight, everything. We're going to also show you the Arbor map reveal, the new map coming this season.
Fucking
Hero
poggers, dude.
improvements that we talked
That's the
about
first
for
thing they
this
do.
Season, and exhibition matches between a group of streamers,
Oh, yes.
foreigner streamers that are in Montreal with us, and at the end a very interesting segment, a special segment on character rigging. So my guess is that a lot of people will learn a bunch of different things, because yesterday while preparing that segment, we both learned stuff.
We certainly did.
So it's
And maybe you're saying, what is rigging? And maybe
That's
you
the
don't know,
point.
and that's okay if you don't know. That's why we're doing it.
exactly.
It's super interesting stuff, actually. So stay tuned for that. But I believe, Luke, the time has come
It is.
for us to meet the Black Prior. Let's check out a little trailer with him, and we'll be right back with the big man, Roman.
Here we go. Oh, we already saw this. Is it like an extension?
Misfortune
Comes uninvited. It hungers for blood, craving eternal darkness. The time to repent is over. I will their arms again. Step out of the shadow and teach them true darkness. Oh, bad. Alright, just throwing the executions in right after. Okay. I was hoping that would be an extended trailer. Kind of disappointed about that, honestly. Would have been super cool. Over 15K, by the way. And growing.
So we are back with Roman Campos-oriola, our creative director. How are you, Roman?
Very good, and you?
I'm great.
Where's
thank
Luke?
you. Where's Luke? I'm
Oh,
here.
sorry.
Hi, it's me. I'm not his little brother. Now, you just saw a bunch of executions. So throughout the show today, we're going to see some new executions. That
So
are coming
impressive
out
how much
today.
weight he's
There's
lost
been
it.
a big request of, where are the executions coming out? So it's today, so we're going to show them like in part of the transition for all the segment. And also, you see Eric and I will alternate today on the couch. So this way Eric can have a break and go relax a little bit.
Are we gonna see Black Prior's executions?
I think so. So, Roman Black Prior, we launched this trailer last week. There's been a lot of discussions around him, and people have a lot of questions. So first thing first, can you like shed some light on Black Prior versus Vortiger and even Erzbeth, who's the female version of the Black Prior.
So the hero that you're gonna play in game is called the Black Prior. That's the unit.
Okay.
That's the knights, heavy, with the kite shield, the sword, the occult. Those are the Black Priors. And then you have Vortiger, which is the head of the Black Prior, is the leader. And you have Erzbeth, she's one of the main general. She's one of the main fighter in the cult.
Okay.
And so, who are the Black Priors? Black Priors are heavy heroes. As I said, they wield that massive kite and shield and sword. And they are dark agents that fight alongside the knights. But they are not knights themselves. They are not bound by the laws of the code of chivalry and so on. They will do whatever it takes to get the victory.
So it's victory at all costs.
Exactly. And whatever the price, they will pay it. In their story, they used to fight with Apollyon. They used to be parts of the Blackstone Legends. They
Lore.
used to be their main special force, if I can say. But they were not there when the Blackstone fell. And since they were forced into hiding, and now they're coming back to the light.
Okay. So with the Black Prior, we have, like I said, Vortiger
Yes.
and Erzbeth. Can you give us a little bit more about them?
Yes, definitely. So, Vortiger, as I was saying, is the head of the cult. Is the leader, and he has not always been the Black Prior. He used to be part of the Order of the Holy Valor, and he used to be one of their best knights. And Holy Valor were elite warriors who protected the weak. But everything changed when he met Apollyon. Apollyon really shared a belief about wolves and war
Yeah.
and how to make the knights stronger and have them really protect their people. And Vortiger really believed in her. And so he left the Black Prior and he created a new cult, a new group of knights to serve Apollyon. And those are the Black Prior, sorry. And so he left the Holy Valor to create the Black Prior. And they were ruthless warriors. They fought under the Blackstone Legion. But when Apollyon was defeated, Vortiger dispersed the Black Priors. And so now, years later, they re-emerged from their exile. And they've pledged their sword to the Knights of the Iron Legion, but they still reject the code of chivalry. They are ready to claim that victory at all costs for the Knights. And one other detail about Vortiger, if you played the For Honor campaign, you might got that Apollyon had some really close general that were fighting with her and that she used to take over the Knights. And it was a conspiration, and they all had a secret name. And it was demons' names for each of them.
And what was
And
Vortiger's?
Vortiger's secret name was Cameo, but today it just goes with the name of Vortiger. So that's the backstory of Vortiger. Then,
I love it.
as the main character of the Black Prior, but for the female version, we've created Erzbeth. And Erzbeth, same as Vortiger, she was not always that character. She was not always part of the Black Prior. She used to be a fearless knight, and she was leading a group of knights from the Iron Legion. But one winter, Vikings surrounded her army, and death was assured. Everything was lost. But she did not want it to go down without taking as many Vikings as she could, or
She didn't want to
giving
go down without a fight.
exactly. And she didn't want it
Respect
to
that.
give the
Respect
victory
that.
to the Viking. And so she ordered her army onto the frozen lake of the Underlands. And at that moment, there was a bloody clash, and the ice lake was painted in red with the blood of the knights and the Viking. But she saw that there was no victory, and so she lifted her kite shield and she slammed it into the ice surface. And so the lake cracked, and everybody, knights, Viking, everybody got killed and drawn in the lake. But she survived. Nobody knows really how, but she managed to survive. And that's made an impression on Vortiger. He heard that story, he went to meet her, and he recruited her into the Black Prior. Because same thing, she understood what he believed in about victory at all costs. And that's what she just did.
I think I know
So-
why she survived, because she's a
Yes.
badass.
And so she joined the Blackbriar. She fought with Vortiger for Apollyon. And when Vortiger went into exile with all the Blackbriar, she followed him. And now today, as the Blackbriar re-emerge, she's still standing by Vortiger's side.
So today, Roman, we're going to look at the art, at the gear, and how the Blackbriar fights and everything. Is there anything else you want us to pay special attention to, or something like is your, like I know personally I love the shield. The shield is like it's enormous. I love it. So is there any special thing for you about the Blackbriar?
For me, the character is really special because Sword and Shield, even if we only release it as of today, it's an archetype that we've always wanted to do in the game. We've prototyped it a long time ago, but we never really managed to make it right, or it was never the correct moment to make that character. And now it's the correct time, and I'm really happy to be able to showcase the Blackbriar. And I wanted to give a special kudo note to everybody that worked on that character, starting at Gobo, and then everybody in the team who work on the concept of that character, because it's a fucking great character.
It fits well in the year of the Harbinger.
Yes.
Fits well with what's to come in the remaining of the year, which we cannot talk about today. We have to wait for a little bit for that. So Roman, thank you very much.
Right.
So we're going to be back in just a bit, and we're going to look at the art behind the Blackbriar. We'll be right back.
They're not going to start with the gameplay, huh? They're going to start with the art. I love that one so much. That, I think Peacekeepers is really nice. Zerkers is really nice. Highlanders is really nice. Kensei, Wardens is really nice. Kensei is really nice. And then Tiandi or Jandi. Those are my favorites. I know I just named a lot, but Nimbushis is also cool. I don't think they were bad, but those are my top ones that I can recall at the moment. I think I named it I think I just named like half the whole list. This is gonna look dope. AF.
And we are back with Andrew Him, Associate Art Director on For Honor. How are you, Andrew?
Good.
So today Christian was supposed to be with us, but
Yes, he's
with
sick.
the nasty winter we have, Christian is down today. So Andrew is flying solo. He's going to do an awesome job.
Right.
So we saw the character, like we saw Vortiger in the trailer last week, but there is a lot to talk about, a lot to show about the Blackbriar. And what you're going to do today is you're going to walk us through the character design and all the history behind the Blackbriar and show a lot of cool art, I think.
Right. So basically, you heard the storyline in the background of the Blackbriar. So now you know the story, and now our challenge comes from from this description. I need to bring us great dark knight. But what's the dark in our game, our For Honor world? That's the challenge that we are facing it. So. This is the starting point that once we have the description, Vincent, the concept artist, tried to come up with the Blackbriar, and this is the first draft, and then he was exploring this variation of designs, and then it was leading into
I see a metal
Progression,
plate.
progression, to see how it started and a little
exactly.
bit more
A
fantastic.
metal
Right.
breastplate.
This was catching our eyes more, and then it was kind of narrowing down to the right image, because it was the darkness was when we do the concept art, the word that we use a lot is collective unconsciousness. When people sees the character, they need to kind of see this character is kind of a dark, and then you have to kind of feel the character. So once he has this big large hood, and then faces hide under the hood, and this medieval religious scapular, I think it's tabern. that was kind of giving us hint more on the. It fits very, very well with this character, so it was giving us to the good direction of it. And this is where we were narrowing more down on the character design of the Vortiger Black Prior.
And the hood plays a key part, right?
Right. It brings us a very mysterious feeling, very shadow, and that's something that we wanted to bring it. Also, this is when we were kind of trying out more on detail part of the character. And as you can see on the shoulder pad, Vincent tried a couple of different figurative element on the shoulder that kind of brought us interesting idea of it, which I'm going to introduce later on.
Okay. Because we can have, just that people know, like those are linked to the ornaments, but you can have no ornaments
Right.
on it.
Right.
It's really your choice.
Yep. Of course, so we have a female character,
Yep.
Elizabeth.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Elizabeth and the Vortiger. That was hard to say it. And here are the different sets. So first one are homage of the Frazetta, and how we create the different set is not only the different structure of the character, but then we kind of gave them some type of rank system, so you can kind of clearly see there's a warrior type, there's someone who does the ceremony, because they're a part of the cult. So
Okay.
that's something that we wanted to make sure that each sets kind of brings a different role in the designs and the visuals too.
I love that.
Starting from Wulin, we introduced more of the face
Yes.
now. So the aim that we wanted to bring was make him, of course, very dark, very mysterious.
And I love the makeup. Like all the eyes are darkened, and it's really cool.
Right, that was another add-up intention to bring them. It's our visual language to bring them. Okay, dark makeup, and also some of the case they will have scarification to show their dedication of the dark belief. So this is one of the examples
She-
of her face.
That is so cool. On her forehead. I love that.
It's something that Vincent came up, and then he was.
It's like a not crazy version of Shaman.
Sketch, and that was very interesting. And we wanted to bring that as their sign, and you will find a lot of those signs
Forehead.
in the armor pieces.
Okay, so this sign, you can find it also in armors.
Right. So
So
it
now
kind of
you-
makes them group as.
So you're basically asking people to find them now.
it's,
Try to find them all.
Yeah.
Interesting. And same thing for her makeup. Like she's like below the eyes, and it's black,
We have
reddish.
a variation of the makeups. You will find it in the engine later on.
Okay.
So we're gonna introduce you that later. Now we're coming back to the ornament, the shoulder pad.
Yeah.
So once we saw the design figurative element on the shoulder pad, that's when we were thinking, okay, what if we assign the shoulder pad and put the ornament on the shoulder, which actually give us a lot of freedom to do whatever we want to do on the
Nice.
forehead or the helmet. Because up to the point we were always constrained to have a similar head helmet shape,
Yeah.
so we can place the ornament at the right position. But if we place it on the shoulder, player will have a different variation of shoulder silhouette. Of course, like overall silhouette will change, and then for the variation of the head, we'll have more freedom
What?
to give you guys more different visuals.
It's very, very interesting. I love that. I love the different things. that
I hate how it
shoulders.
randomly says
It's
away
amazing.
It's going to just change the character look.
Yeah.
when you haven't typed anything for a while, for
my
example.
favorite. The shield.
Oh,
The
of course,
Twitch.
I love the shield.
you cannot complete the character without the shield. Since this is
So
huge canva,
sexy.
you'll
So
see
sexy.
that variation of design of the shield. The shield will kind of define this character to make him like strong, and then it's going to bring very unique feeling, and it's going to stand out in the battlefield for sure.
The shield is amazing. Seriously, and you'll see later on I think in the fight demos and in matches we're gonna play, the shield can be used not only to block your enemies. There are some cool things to do with that shield.
Right. Soon we'll introduce more on it
Yeah.
on the build, but then you will see those spikes on the side, and then we'll explain a little bit more on the build.
Exactly,
later.
and what we can do with that.
Right.
So, any more images for now, Andrew?
That's about it.
That's about it
So
for now.
beautiful.
So, you saw a first look of what the Black Prior looks like, what Vortiger and Elizabeth looks like. So, I'm sure one of the questions you all have right now, and we're going to come back later with Andrew and Anthony will join us as well to look at the gear and all the arts coming up with the first season of year 3. But one big question is probably, yes, but how does the Black Prior fight? So we're going to be right back
Thank you.
with the fight demo with Mr. Pope and Stefan Jawinski. We'll be right back.
I got so scared for a second. I thought they were gonna be like, okay, we're gonna show you a little bit of art first, do a whole other segment, come back in like 30, 45 minutes, show you another art segment, because he was like, come back for another segment. And then after that, later on, they're gonna be like, okay, so this is how he fights. But they're getting right to it. Sweet. Got spooked, man. Spooked. Spooked. It is time. Come on.
Darkness.
Duh.
Can I tell you something that you probably don't know?
Of course.
Darkness. That the community loved that word from the moment
Darkness.
it dropped.
Where they said it
And
like that.
our bot man Felix came over to my desk. He's like, "I'm gonna add a darkness bot, a dark mesh bot." So, great.
Fantastic.
happening.
I guess in a
New
future
breakthrough.
patch, one day.
Looking forward to it.
Someday.
Awesome.
It's not in the game right now, but it's fun. Steph, welcome. Frank, welcome. Nuke, as I call him. You'll see later. Dude kicks ass as a Jang Jun. Welcome. We got some very cool stuff to show, and I don't want to delay any longer because everyone's champing at the bit. Champing at the
18K
bit
viewers.
to see the Black Prior in action, and that's what you two are here to do.
It's gameplay time. Exactly. So, Black Prior, Knight, heavy class, male and female options.
He stands
and the weapon
upright.
is sword and kite
Wow.
shield. So
I
it's
like that you're talking in bullet points today.
Yeah, it's just how
Why
I am.
not?
I'm on that track. So you're gonna see a Nuke throw a few of these attacks out there and move around a little bit. We're gonna see it in gameplay. What's important about this character? What does it bring to the table that's special? The tower shield, the kite shield for us is different. It's different than like Conqueror Warlord. It's different than Gladiator's little buckler, and it kind of defines this character for us. And we want to show you the good stuff right off the bat. So let's show real quick what Bulwark stance is. It's an all block normal stance. So this is unlike Conqueror and Warlord where they get superior block. They block something and then they punish. This one is a normal block. Doesn't interrupt the heavy from the Shogoki, as you can see. But what's really interesting is the Bulwark counter.
Uh-huh.
If someone throws an attack at you, say a regular top heavy, you give it the Bulwark counter and you flip it out. And you say, okay, Shigoki's learned his lesson.
Just tossed
Right.
500 pounds of Shigoku over his head.
I can't throw a regular attack at this guy. Okay, so I'm gonna
Oh
throw
my
an
god. And look at the
unblockable
animation
heavy attack at this guy.
for
So,
Shigoki.
I got flipped again.
Beautiful.
Come on.
Beautiful.
Come on. This is nonsense. This is basically
Shigoki
unbelievable.
changes.
So what's up next? I'm going to try regular attack failed, unblockable heavy attack failed. I'm going to try Demon Embrace. So
Give him a hug.
give him a hug.
Oh!
Flip two. Flip two.
Countered the demon
Black
embrace.
fire.
Demon's
Come on.
Embrace.
Okay,
Unblockable
ridiculous.
Demon
Is
Embrace
there any way to beat it
looking.
at all? Okay, guard break. All right, cool. That worked. So that's nice. At least there's something.
It is important to show that that's not an invincible move.
Exactly. Whew. Okay, I feel a little better. But it's going to define. It's
What was
going
that?
it's going to change how things work in group fights, for example. People are throwing target swapped heavy attacks through you that you can't parry. Well, this guy can flip it. Black Prior, male or female, flip that out. So I'm super hyped for that. I think there's some other moves on this character as well. Let's check.
So casual stuff.
Casual stuff today. Taunt, that doesn't count as a move.
Hey Steph, did you know that you can tech the guard break?
You can tech the guard break, but you can't. You cannot tech the guard break from. Go ahead and do it.
Roman is sending me written notes from behind the scenes.
Ready? Boom. Whenever you're in bulwark or in bulwark counter, you can't flip or you can't counter. So,
I just wanted you to know that.
Thanks. Thanks. So that's the thing. There's a risk to doing it. You're stuck there for a couple hundred milliseconds after you miss a flip attempt. So
let's see what
40 damage raw side heavy.
Oh my god.
This is your fast one. You're going to want to equip that one in X.
It went so quickly, I don't know if you noticed. He chopped off the Shigoki's arm with his shield.
It's evil. It's evil. But what else do we have from Bulwark stance? We've got the Bulwark Slash. It's an unblockable heavy. Can be feinted, as you see there. So you have a little bit of options to attack. You're not totally in a defensive state when you're in this kind of position.
That's all we needed.
What else do we have? Let's kind of go through the basics of this character as well. Chains are a 2-hit system. Light, light, as you see here. Light, heavy. The heavies are undodgeable. And get me executed.
Oh no. Oh no. Ow. Good. I hope my 5-year-old son is not still watching the stream at this point.
I hope so too. Oh my goodness.
Also, don't be afraid, Frank, to just show the move list. People love screen capping move lists.
It's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
There we go.
They love it. Get your screen caps going.
Yeah. They can screen cap fast.
Oh yeah. Quick
All right,
fingers.
we'll see that on Reddit later.
Quick fingers.
Perfect. So what do we see? Heavy, heavy, and heavy light chains as well. And as we said, the heavy finisher is undodgeable. So that's pretty cool. We've got a dodge forward shield bash, which connects to light finisher. Can't do anything about that. We can also reach that in our chains by going light and then shield bash.
Probably die this one.
Might die. Yeah, I'll die, sorry.
Quick shout out to Dabney.
Screaming about who knows what.
That's the armor.
As I spawn, you don't get anything there. So light, shield bash, finisher. You could do the heavy if you like, but it's not guaranteed. What else do we have? Dodge forward, heavy.
I was hoping there would be a
Whenever
thrust
it's
one.
Thrust,
Sweet.
depending on space. And what else do we got on these moves? Light openers. I'm going to do a superior, or I'm going to set you up for a superior block. Just minimum heavy.
Yeah, just
So it gets unblockable, does a bit more damage. Same thing on dodge forward heavy. You ready?
Yep.
Awesome. So that's really cool. The heavy openers on this character can also be canceled into a, there you go, forward moving shield bash attack. That flows to your finisher again.
He has everything. Literally everything.
And, yep, again. And finally, we've got a zone attack, which is a melee attack, and flows to the finisher as well.
So the zone is a melee.
This guy's OP.
So it's a bit different than Glad. It doesn't automatically flow into a second hit.
Right.
It's your option to throw a second or not.
Wait, so then what the hell's the point? What the hell's the point if it doesn't guarantee
And,
damage?
Did you mention when you're doing the shield toss over the head?
Oh, it does do damage, but it's not
more than just
automatic?
a one-on-one.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, for sure. It's super good in group fights because you don't necessarily have to be... You could parry like their trajectory and so on, like swipe moves that are trying to go through you. So...
I love having Roman behind.
There's certain text that we're looking at. It's got a few swear words in it. The weakness to it, yes, whenever you're in it, you are vulnerable to guard break. That's what we're expecting to see opponents do. I'm going to do it. You're going to try flip on my heavy opener. Ready? Boom, boom, boom. You can't do anything about that. I got that guard break for free. One more time. Boom. That's what I got. So that's what you're supposed to do, right? It's more like Ermush's Blade Blockade, but a little more utility in this. It's good. It's good in group fights. It's something that's going to be interesting and kind of define how you fight against this character. I'm not expecting it's going to, change the earth and the sun and the moon for this character. It's going to be a cool, important featured fight. This is not going to be SSS tier character because of this one move. So whoever's freaking out in chat can chill.
I am so excited about the Blackbriar, and we thought, now that we've seen it in action in the arena, one-on-one, having you slowly walk through it like a professor,
Let's have an actual
match. Let's do a match of, yes?
Can I throw to something real quick?
I can tell you wanted to throw to something.
I totally forgot. We wanted to show the feats ultra
Oh,
quick.
the feats!
Max,
Sorry,
if you
that's
got us
my
on this. So can you cut right here? Boom. All right, we're going to let the first video flow. Oh, no, we're not. Sorry, okay. Right now we're in tier 2 feet. This is whenever you're in bulwark stance, you are able to heal while standing in bulwark stance. Remember, you can be guard broken while in the stance, so there's an inherent danger to it, but that's what you get as a tier 2 feat. It's meant to pressure the opponent to want to attack you.
Okay.
Tier 3 feat coming up. Opponent's going in revenge, and we're going to remove the shield with a tier 3 feat. So
That's amazing.
Super cool. That's super cool.
It's the ghost from Mario Kart.
They're still in exactly. They're still, which is awesome. They're still in revenge. They have the revenge properties, but the shield is removed. You can remove anybody's shield when you want. And finally, tier 4 feat. It's a pulsing AOE that applies shield to you and your nearby friends.
Oh, it's not everyone like
and you'll see the one
Centurion.
that's going to hit your friend, lose the shield, boom, reapplies it. So for a certain period of time, everyone is going to get continually shield to shield.
And it's only active in that moment that it's pulsing.
Exactly.
Oh,
so
cool.
it reapplies and reapplies.
Cool.
And that's pretty cool. So it's very dangerous to try to fight their friends in that time. You can do great team-saving, game-changing fights, save your commander, all that kind of stuff. And
I'm a
that's
big
super
fan
awesome.
of the tier 1 feat.
So that's...
Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. That's coming up just now. We're going to cut our own...
Oop.
Oh, one more time.
Back to it, please,
Sorry.
Max.
Sorry, last time. We're going to cut our own HP and apply shield to one friend nearby.
Okay.
Super cool.
That's super cool. That's a darkness right there.
Darkness.
Cuts your HP, give a shield to your friend.
And the cooldown is pretty quick on that too, so
It's
you can
not
be a
too
pretty
long,
helpful ally on the
Yeah.
field.
Yeah,
I like that a
exactly.
lot.
Rep 60,
So that's kind of
Black
give
Pyre
shield to your
confirmed.
friend, cut your own HP, regen your HP,
Yes.
and then manipulate shield the rest of the time.
Cool. Well, as I was saying before, Stefan, before I forgot that we had a cool feats video. Well, A, you're going to be back on the show later because you've got some other cool things to share that's happening this season. It's like our Shugoki updates and more.
See you in an hour or two.
But we figure, okay, we showed it in action here. Now let's actually, in the context of a match, check out the Blackbriar. So we've invited some of our favorite streamers from the community. We've invited some of our favorite devs from the dev team, and they're going to hash it out in a breach match. So we are going to, and not only that, we've also invited our favorite casters, Mr. Vivid Naz, and one of our devs, Stefan Brochu, to cast this match. So I'm going to hand it off to them, and you get to go. Both of you are going to go compete. Good luck. These guys are pretty good.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, everyone.
Every execution ledges now. Love it. Hold mush. That one didn't ledge, huh? Yeah, Conk, you better move around. A new heavy boy with a shield is in town. This one's got a sword. The season of Yeet. You're goddamn right. This is literally the character that I've been waiting for since this game launched. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. He literally has everything though, for real. Oh my god. You got, okay. How many ways do you need to open someone up? I love it. You got your dodge forward shield bash. You got your zone attack.
Hello and welcome.
He has the conch shield bash. Gladiator zone.
My name is Vivid Naz, and I'm joined with
And you could,
Stefan
or
from the dev team to show you guys
you could just
a breach match
feint the
with
unblockable
the new Black
heavy.
Friar. How are you doing today?
I'm doing
And
great.
if they try to and go for the
So,
guard break.
Guys, today we'll be having a breach match with the community streamers and the dev teams. On the community streamer side, we have the Faction War fan club. We have Setback, the most positive gamer known to man. His allegiance is the Knights faction. Used to play Valkyrie, but realized he actually wants to win some games and move to Janjun and the Shaolin. Favorite game mode being Dominion, and he enjoys getting mad at video games and refuses to dab on stream. Can we get a dab from Setback? Maybe, maybe not. No dabs from Setback. Next up we have Baxter, whose allegiance is to the Vikings. He plays a Berserker or the Warlord. He's good on both of them. I've seen him do some nasty things on both of them.
Yep.
He enjoys streaming and biking. And he's played just over 3,200 hours of For Honor, which is
That's a little bit.
It's an incredible feat. It's a tier 4 feat.
It's a tier 4.
It's a tier 4 feat. Next up we got Hyperion, whose favorite allegiance is the Vikings, and his character, if you've seen his stream before, is the Valkyrie. This guy is a beast in duels with the Valkyrie. And last but no means least is Kitties. His favorite allegiance is the Vikings, but still just plays the Shigoki. So hopefully we get to see him on the reworked Shigoki. His favorite game mode being duels, and his hobbies is making artisan bread. So
Somebody's gonna make the bread.
he's got quite the character. So now we've seen the For Honor Faction War fan club. Let's move on to the dev team.
You mean the winning team?
Well,
Well,
see.
hopefully.
We'll see about that.
So we start with, closer to the camera, we start with Roman, the Eternal Warrior, our creative director. You've seen him before. His hobbies include doing push-ups. He swears no alliance to any of the factions. He's also going to play, his favorite character is the Armusha. Loves a good breach match, which is his specialty.
His favorite
Right
character
beside
is
him
the
we have Nicolex.
Armusha.
Used to be a dev tester, now he's a fight designer. One of our best players on the dev side. He's a samurai all the way. Nobushi is usually his big guy, and he loves a good brawl match. He's an avid fighting game player. Loves playing a little Magic on the side. Loves. He's I think Smash is the game that he's playing a lot lately. So
Little known game.
a little known game. You might have heard of it. Then we have Frank. Used to be known as Nuke. Now known as Neige Coffee. He's a Viking. It's a Viking. Favorite character, the Shaman and the Valkyrie. I'm not sure what he's playing today. He loves Dominion, and he loves playing video games and drinking coffee, of course. And then we have the man, the machine, Steph Jowinski, otherwise known as Baze Craig. He loves stealing other players' names, which is the fun part.
He's looking
And
at you, Zero Crack.
yes, we're looking at you.
He's not a big
Of
fan
course.
of
Oh,
Bates
wait,
Stefan.
we're starting.
So we're cutting into
And he's
the
quick on
attacker's
his feet.
perspective. We have
Yes.
Setback on the Black Prior for the attackers, and we're also going to feature Stefan on the Black Prior
Yes.
for his first game. So we're going to be eyed on Setback and Stefan for his first game. You can see here the Black Prior just sitting beside the ramp, trying to get it pushed as fast as possible
Making
towards
sure
the
that
gate.
it advances as much as possible, yeah. Gain as much time as possible. That's the game that the attackers need to play. The faster it goes, the less damage it takes, the less tickets you lose. That's your best bet.
We can see here's a 3v2 situation with the attackers outnumbering the defenders. We've got Pick Alex here on the Janjun. Black Prior gets the execution on
The long
Stefan
execution.
there. Black Prior on Black Prior action, nothing better here.
Very well played.
We got Pick Alex on the Janjun here. Roman tries to go for the guard break. Guard break unsuccessful.
Wait, what does he get on guard
With
break though?
To give.
Oh, wait, but they're doing pretty well. I mean, they managed to kill two of the attackers, so that's 2 tickets if they can play this right.
hopefully we get the ticket bleed there.
Yeah.
Roman just trying to get the hug there on
Oh,
the
he
back
does.
line. It is
No.
successful. And that is a new thing on the Shigoki, that the hug
There's
no
a bit.
longer makes you invulnerable.
Yes.
You can get hit out of the hug by your teammates and by enemies.
That's a big one.
Side heavy on guard break.
So you can see here,
Poggers.
we have Stefan on the black.
Oh
Friar.
my gosh, Goku is so
Gonna go up
clean.
against Kitty's Shigoki, the rework Shigoki.
Just went over the edge there.
Janjun tries to go for the guard break. Guard break unsuccessful.
How did you
Sideline
not
lands on
block?
Stefan, takes him out.
How did you not
Stefan
parry,
set back,
let alone
back
block
into
that?
the action.
Oh my
Over
god.
there
Very
from
well done.
Oh my
Heavy
god.
thereby set back to finish him off and get the clean kill.
This is a common occurrence that we see, like, a lot to fight around the healing point, which is always kind of a funny thing to do. It's like,
That
do you gamble,
transition.
you try to grab it at any cost, knowing that you might die there. But it was very well done by the attackers at this point.
The shield bash was used there successfully by setback to drain Roman of stamina. Good knockdown into those top heavies. Revenge was ready, but he had no time to proc it.
No time to do it.
As you can see here, setback just trying to move up to the archer lane, seeing that the first.
Wait,
one
I didn't even look at how
was
much HP he had.
successfully.
They did that really quickly, but they still don't have the second one, and that might hurt them a little bit as they're getting closer to docking.
They have drained a few tickets. As you can see, the revives are at points where it's not really easily accessible
4?
for the attackers.
Yeah.
Not even 5?
They're in a. It's a
I guess for how
decent
strong
situation
he
of
is, that makes
defenders.
sense.
It's
Not really, though.
perfect. I think
Heavy heroes
they're-
usually
oh, yeah.
have a lot
This
more.
is the 1v1 we've been waiting for.
HP.
Stefan,
Versus.
creator. The creator of the characters we know and love against Setback. He's been putting in a lot of hours on the Black Friar.
Yes.
Nice hug there from
Oh.
Roman to
Oh,
secure
very
that
But
top heavy.
damage has been reduced
Great
from with
coordination, gets the top heavy and takes out.
that animation change.
And
Shield
doesn't
bash
take
there
a
on
chance
Kitties.
there.
He tries to go for the counter, the pancake flip, as you like to call it.
Oh my god,
Very
that target
well
switching.
played. Is he grabbing it? Is he grabbing it? Taking advantage of the fact that the Shigoki is a little
This is
busy,
too
and
beautiful
he's
right
going
now.
with the shield. So if they manage to plan that shield that gate a little bit, I think that might make a big difference later on.
They're performing really well here with the
Yes.
attackers on 19 tickets, and the Ram has not even been docked here.
No.
So, looking at here, we actually want to listen into what the attackers have to say.
I need a shield. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to give it to you. I'm dead. Well, I used the shield, but it didn't work. Through the wall. I think it's a range thing. I have to get a little bit closer.
He's capping. I can't stop him.
Yeah.
Oh,
So close. We'll be fine. Should I go for this res?
Yeah.
But the one thing that is slightly bothering me is
We're docking. Alright, coming
when
up to
the Black
shield.
Prior is locked on. I don't know how I don't know how I feel. I actually do know how I feel. I don't like that he stands just upright.
That's fair.
You know,
Wait,
like
one sec.
So the Ram has
Just-
been
I
successfully
wish
docked
he,
by the attackers, and they're trying to
you know,
capture
he
the
was
second
bent
point.
just a
They're
little
taking out
bit.
Nuke
That
on
doesn't
his
have to be a
delivery,
lot.
Getting the guard break onto Pig Alex and securing the second point for the attackers. This will be a big advantage when it comes to securing.
I wish there was one more addition to that execution.
Yeah. if
Right
they manage
after
to
he hits,
push
cuts his
the,
throat with the shield,
cauldron, capture point.
brings back
And
the
they're
sword
not
and
that
cuts
far
the head
from
off.
doing
That would have been
they'll
perfect
gain
right
a
there.
Big advantage. Right now, they're in a. I wouldn't say they're in a bad.
But anyway, I love the full block stance, that crouch stance. I love that. I wish when he was in his regular stance, he wasn't just standing just super straight up. 'Cause that doesn't really make sense when you're fighting someone. You want to get good coverage. And I wish just like how Conqueror has his shield crouched a little bit and has his shield in appropriate places. He's just kind of walking around. He's just standing up straight. The shield's kind of to his side. I don't like that.
That would be a really good thing for the defenders.
This is a big fight for the defenders here. Let's cut into the.
But other than that, everything else is just better than I could have ever imagined. And Shigoki is look. Oh, he's gonna get killed. What the hell? He doesn't have enough health to withstand.
I'm gonna go down and contest it.
You should go heal.
He's so lucky he didn't get hit right there.
Die or something.
Shit.
Or am I just tripping and all the enemies were taken care of? So that's why he did that. Wait, who's playing Black Prior on this side? Stefan Jawinski, right?
Did he die? Oui, mais je me suis fait frapper dans le dos par l'autre.
pushes.
Oh my god. Or no, it's Ramon that's playing it.
Stefan there just gets taken out by
Nope,
Kitties
Stefan.
on the
Okay.
healing point. He got set back. Trying to capture the cauldron point, but Nuke there gets the kick on him. Tries to follow up with the stab.
Oh
Unsuccessful, but does
my
get the dash
god.
attack. I mean, the running attack.
The running attack was really nice there. You can tell we are really an international team in Montreal with different language being spoken by different devs. So if you miss part of it, don't worry about it. It's just Pikulex making sure that his teammates know exactly what
I
to do.
swear.
Managed to break the gate, 32
That
seconds,
transition from
bottom
unblockable heavy to Demon's Embrace.
it should be an interesting finish.
They're in a good spot.
But yeah, the
they
damage
started
from
off
Demon
a bit
Embrace has
back
been
in the
reduced.
lead.
And I'm guessing that insta kill, that insta kill, when you have critical health as a Shigoki, I'm guessing that's been taken out.
They had to focus less on clearing out the minions at the ramp and could focus more on taking out the opponents.
Oh, was that a zone attack? I think that was a zone attack.
A little bit more time to drain a bit more tickets. Unfortunately, they didn't do enough damage on the ram to really carry over to the second round, to the second phase.
We got Stefan here just clearing out the officer at the archer point. Just making sure we try and keep the archer points for as long as possible. We got Hyperion here on the Valkyrie going against the Black Prior.
That was a really nice combo, a nice sweep.
The good combo goes the shield bash, followed up by the 2 light attacks.
Okay.
Then the Valkyrie speed gets the guard
Yeah.
into that side heavy. Stefan
See, these are the same.
Here. Can he come for back up? The dash attack just finishes him off.
That was a.
Why didn't you just attack?
Fight. It looked like.
You have so many options.
We got a 2v2 situation here. Can we just cut into the Faction War fan club and hear what they have to say?
Oh, that beautiful counter.
One's coming up.
Oh,
I think there's
beautiful.
another 2 minutes before it's up.
Oh my god, he doesn't get top heavy, or did he just do something wrong there?
I can do this, Kitties.
Okay.
You're more useful helping out because you got that attack up right now. I was waiting that we're going to cap this, capping 4 and 5, and then I'm going to go 5.
Whoa, that roll.
You guys are good down there. It looks like I'm going straight to 5 to cap.
Nice. I tried to confirm it.
Yeah, I saw.
I'm down.
Going for the res.
Oh my god.
Sprinting heavy.
Yeah.
OP.
You guys got 2 around the ramp.
Beautiful stand there by Pig
Very,
Alex.
very, very nice.
He tried his hardest. He was unsuccessful in the end, but very good effort nonetheless.
I love that little yell at the end.
Nuke just gets the guard break there on the setback. Setback falls up with the shield bash. Stamina super low there from Nuke. Just kind of has to pull back. Wastes that guard break. But the setback and he gets taken out by Kitties, his own teammate. Now that is an F in the chat. That is an F in the chat for respect.
Yep.
That shield bash with that top light. But he just gets taken out once again by
Very
Kitties.
nice. Very, very nice use of the ballista there. Just the perfect timing to shoot in the window and clip his foot.
Kitty's just swinging. He is swinging restlessly. Gets another.
I wonder how
another
much that
on
unblockable
Nuke, and
heavy
the
does
high
now.
fire there just saves him. Nuke in a dangerous spot. Gets side heavy, and there is that beautiful new execution for the Shigoki. Because Stefan here just respawning, trying to see where his best place to place himself in this situation.
So we're seeing a heavy use of the ballista by the defender, which is probably a very smart thing. Try to get some control of the battlefield, and not a massive
Attack.
fashion, but in a good
Just
fashion.
attack.
If you can't keep the archers, at least have the ballista.
The hug is successful there, and the top
50
heavy also
damage.
successful there by Kitties.
Nice.
And another one of those beautiful Shigoki executions. I can't get enough of this one. Just splats them on the
Yeah,
wall.
that one's
That's
really
it,
nice.
You're done.
Oh,
There,
there.
1v1
Oh.
situation against Roman. Nice by Jasmine with Garbake. Garbake unsuccessful. Nuke's here to assist him, and Kitty's here to assist Setback. Let's cut into the Faction War fan club to see what they have to say in this 3v2 situation.
Coming down to help on the heal point.
I'm gonna see if I can ballista.
The save.
I'm not here, I'm not here, I'm not here. I'm
Oh,
not
the
here.
ram's
I'm
in the
not
way.
here, I'm not here. You jerk.
Oh, that is so clean.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Good dodge.
Numchibai.
The devs come out on top in that situation, and the hug there just secures revenge for Hyperion. We got Stefan going against Baxter here. a very aggressive Zerker. Can he use a bulwark stance to get a good counter?
I'm always very torn in these kind of situations. I'm a Zerk. I love watching a good Zerk player, but my heart is with the dev at the same time, so I don't know who to cheer for at this point.
You just trying to clear out the minions beside the ram.
Poor
Realizing
pikeman.
that's a stop
He didn't
before
ask
it
for
gets
this.
to the gate. They're
doing pretty well. It's a
Oh
fairly
my
decent
god, the
ram.
tracking of that.
The ram is probably a little too healthy for my taste, personally.
Alright.
On the other hand, their
Demon's
trade
Embrace
tickets,
still OP.
27.
Confirmed.
Looks like a big number. It's not that big, really. That number can drop really quickly, especially since they haven't broken the gate yet. So.
Roman's been doing big work on the Shigoki there,
Yes.
securing those stuns, helping his team out, and his team synergizing in the comms just to get the heavy punish.
That move is so good.
Timed perfectly.
This character is just so
We
good.
saw the Shigoki trying to sneak with the
Literally, you don't need a
shield
healing
side.
point. Wherever you are,
Not
as long as you're not
successfully
fighting
bringing all the
someone.
way. We're gonna have another massive fight around the back of the ram. I love these fights. They're always messy but satisfying.
Well, let's take a look at what the Faction War fan club has to say about that one.
Into the bushes. Rest in peace.
Alright, man, we're positive. We're being positive again.
Yeah,
Just
sorry.
very positive. Douchebag. Be very positive. Smile. Alright, helping on the healing point.
I'm gonna run up to 7.
GB for you. Okay. Wow, he paired. I'm out of stem. Oh.
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
still out of stem. Okay, now.
You have so many offensive options. Just do something.
Man, my damage is
I'm not in position.
Oh my god, Sugar, where'd you come from?
He gave it to you.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
tracked.
Uh-oh.
Gotta give revenge.
Yeah. There are a lot of minions on the ramp right now, and Shugo.
You got shield on you? Thank you.
I'm in a 1v1 on 7.
Ha.
Oh. Ballista.
Interesting.
I just crushed you charged during the sun, dude. Crushing countered that?
Yeah. What? Crushing charge.
Counter.
Yeah, crushing charge.
Wow. What a bunch of positive gamers.
Wow.
Beautiful bulwark stance and that that crushing counter.
That was very impressive. So now they really need to do a stand. They need
Ooh,
to
that
keep the
headbutt.
ram
What was that?
Stop completely.
That's not how
They
that
probably
works.
drain more tickets, maybe do damage on the ram, but at this point, the ram is way too healthy for it to be stopped. Unless, who knows?
Nice side there by Pick Alex, trying to make the most of setback being out of stamina. Realizing,
I swear, I don't know if I recorded it or not, but
Pulls back, tries to go closer to the ram. A very close situation. There we go. That feat 2 that they talked about earlier on, where if you go into bulwark stance,
He's
you
able
regain-
to heal a bit.
Ooh.
Now he's got to watch out for those pikemen because
Dude, just heal yourself.
pointy sticks, which seemingly have taken him out.
Yes.
So we just see step back here, trying to go back.
Anyway,
Healing point still being contested by
I
Stefan.
don't know if I said it yesterday while I was
Successful.
while I was streaming. I did a short stream for Honor, but I was like, ooh, I hope the Black Prior has if he has a move that could counter melee attacks, like headbutt, charge, Demon's Embrace, shield bash, shoulder bash, all that, and
Not sure what to do now.
that flip over,
Cauldron?
Yeah, Cauldron.
full back counter. He does.
Yeah, I gotta go in lane. They're going to
Look, I'm telling you, I'm a bad luck charm.
You have the best timing. It's insane. That was.
Look, I thought they were doing well. I thought,
It's a
you know
wrap.
what? Shout out to the dev team. It's 3v1 situation, and then I realized they're all dead.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
So we see Setback, the positive gamer, climbing up the ladder to assist his ally who needs help. He's in a 3v1 situation. Stefan going up against Baxter with his allies.
Just block. Just
Baxter
block.
really holding
Just
up
block.
his own here. He charge
block.
heavy coming out from Roman. And Stefan
Heal
realizes
yourself.
that it's
Oh, it's
probably
locked.
best he goes to another part of the map. Shigoki just walking past.
Yeah,
him,
Shigoki's
and
straight
the
walking
execution
past.
coming out on you.
Oh man, that would have been so nice if he ended, if the execution ended with just one more swing back with a sword,
He's trying very hard
clean
to
off.
stop the ramp completely, but I think. Yeah, my gut feeling is that
Maybe
ramp
there's-
through.
There's another execution where he does a head chop and he didn't want to do it twice.
Down.
I
Vortiger
don't
is
know.
added for the attackers, leaving them in a very healthy position of 30 tickets. They're moving straight to the commander, of course, realizing
Oh yeah, they won.
of the
Unsurprisingly.
defenders are down.
Yep. They timed that fairly well. Not the best, but pretty good.
Huge feat used. So many feats were released there by all of the people. Let's cut into Faction War Fan Club and see what we're saying here.
Dude, at least be close. He's over here just hitting his teammate.
Guess not. So we have pretty good. I think the defenders can do a lot of good right now. They need to probably farm their feet a little bit more, and that's why they're dealing with the pikemen.
I was watching the
even though that's a good idea in general.
his stream on Baxter's channel last night with him, Setback Kitties, Hyperion, and Vivid Nas. That came later on.
You can do two things at the same time. As attackers, you
And they ended stream and then went out.
all the way there.
Went out for a drink or something.
Make him
But
target.
ooh, rip.
Much easier
But
to use the ballista
what I would
on
love
the
to see
commander
is
versus
their initial
going
reactions,
one-on-one on them.
because I know obviously they've had a bit of time to play with the heroes, the updated heroes, or just hero. Well, Shigoki, and then we'll see who else got. Because Warlord and Peacekeeper, like I said earlier, they mentioned, and then they said Lawbringer in the latest deep dive trailer. So it's like Lawbringer wasn't mentioned in the website, but I guess he is. Huh? That's cool.
Executions, man. His executions
Very
are something
nice.
else.
Did we mention how much we like our
Rip.
animation team?
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised
I
it
don't think
took
you guys
that
mentioned
long.
that enough. I don't think you mentioned how
They do beautiful, amazing work. Oh,
Got caught
Nuke
slipping.
just trying to pull Setback away from the healing point. Nuke's been he's been one to watch for the dev team.
yes.
His Nabushi has been unrivaled here today. Gets a smoke bomb off. That means puts Setback in a tricky situation here, fighting over the healing point. A 3v1 situation. Let's hear it from the For Honor dev team.
That's so good. So good.
I'm coming
And
to
plus,
this.
when the defense's brace is over, you're not plopped on the ground taking more damage. You're just right back up on your feet. Very beautiful redesign
Oh my
of that.
god, I keep getting interrupted.
Well, the Black Prior realized that it's best he sticks to the commander and not at this hectic team fight up
Keep
at
him
the
safe,
healing point.
farm as much as possible. Maybe get either shield or some healing for the commander. It's never a bad idea. At this point, I think it's much more of a delay game that they play. Can they run out at 10-minute clock? Probably not, but they can drain tickets at the same time. So
Well, the commander's still at a healthy position.
he's in a good place.
There's 3 tickets about to be drained from the attackers.
Literally.
So there are still fights.
Heal
left, no
yourself
doubt.
anywhere.
I'm not saying anything,
It's not. It's not gonna be easy.
It's over, dude.
It is still possible.
His character, it's just over.
The Shigoki
Okay.
hasn't sung yet.
Roman just
But what's
going up against
beautiful is,
Setback here.
as strong as the Black Prior is,
Setback.
Ooh,
So does
nice.
the Hag, but the
Oh,
Hyperion interrupts, and that is a big change for Shigoki that will take a lot of time for people to get used to.
They'll have to though.
And it no longer executes on the last
that's right.
tick.
yeah,
Let's go for the hard
exactly.
tick.
He just
But
confirmed
still
that
spectacularly
if the
nice.
Shigoki's at
But
critical health, it doesn't insta
put
kill.
away.
Earlier,
He's out of
nice,
time, though,
nice.
so he's gotta be careful.
Especially
The
with
hell?
the
Does that not
Black
confirm a
Prior.
hit?
Black Prior will make sure that you remain out of
Second
stamina for
time
as long as possible.
that Nabushi is blocked the light after the shield bash.
Goes into the bulwark stance there. Doesn't follow up with anything. No, Nuke has revenge, but it's he's holding off from using it. Gets the guard break into that top heavy on Setback.
Oh,
Falls
very
up with
nice.
the kick into that
Very
top
nice.
line.
Oh yeah.
Nice little combo there from Nuke.
There we go.
Procs the revenge, but Setback, the positive gamer, says he is leaving.
Hey,
The bulwark stance in the counter.
Nice.
Now that was a neat play. Pick Alex and you going up against the beautiful Setback. Just look at his hair coursing through his head.
Oh wait, we got revenge.
It's a guard break, but no follow up there. Does
Yeah.
knock him down. And
2-on-1.
takes out Pick Alex. We got Stefan here going up against Baxter, and the commander comes out of nowhere to take him out.
Besides that, he has no time for pikemen.
So you can see here, Stefan's a bit behind when it comes to the feats. He's only on his tier 2 feat when you can see Setback here on his 3rd feat. And Roman takes him out and is using the signature Shigoki emote. Let me just crush your head.
Shigoki emote.
We're seeing quite well. I don't want to say I don't want to tell anything short, but you know they managed to bring them down by 7 tickets. The commander is still in a very good position health-wise. There's 8 minutes 20 seconds left on the clock. That's pretty good.
So nasty.
I
so
wouldn't
dirty.
say that they're out of the woods yet, but
And just heal yourself right back up. Who needs a healing point? That is so dope.
I do enjoy.
And if you do go to your healing point, just
it is one of my favorite phases in the
double the
the
speed.
breach matchup. There's a lot of things to consider, and it always just gets really hectic when you're fighting around the commander.
But you got to earn it.
Exactly. Now the attackers are hopefully mounting up an attack against the commander, but realizing the defenders have something to say about it.
Yeah, they haven't noticed that the attackers kind of tried to take point 8. They kind of
Okay, so it does confirm a hit.
Maybe it's
Cool.
a good idea right now. To
Oh, but
say,
then
let's
the
take it,
Nobushi
let's
wasn't
get our
on
support,
lock, so maybe.
Let's get our pikemen all the way to the
Rip.
commander, pull him out a bit, use the ballista, use some distance fight.
We got here a fight on the healing point between Setback and Yuke.
Is it reactable?
Successfully dodging those shield bashes. You know, if you put them out a lot, it will be predicted. And Kitty just gets the hug, followed up by the heavy bear from Setback to finish him off.
I don't think it's reactable. I'm pretty sure it's the same speed as, or I
And they're
think it's the same
finally
speed as
capturing the
Conqueror.
8th point here,
They
which
finally
will give
got
them
it.
a big advantage when it comes to pushing to that commander.
That could be the turning point.
You can see here they're mounting up an attack, so let's just cut it in to the Faction War Fan Club and see what they're saying.
We just let Vex wall up on the commander.
Nice Vex here. Just did 1,000,000 damage heavy. Nice, kitties.
Yeah.
Go.
You can't escape the top heavy unblockable.
Uh-oh.
Got
Yeah.
revenge, careful.
I can't.
I gotta run.
You can rest whoever that is at the bottom
Oh,
of the stairs.
yeah, well, no.
I want to achieve that good of a laugh in my life. Kitty's laugh is like no other.
What was interesting there is that we've been told many times that, oh, the commander is very predictable, he's got a very simple pattern. It doesn't mean he's not deadly. He did manage to take, what, 2, 3 of them out, even though they knew what he was going to do. It's all a question of when he's doing it and how he's doing it. The defenders need to support him. If the defenders don't support him, of course he's going to be easy to deal with. The problem is those pesky other players that can really screw you over.
See here, they're just.
Yeah, we haven't seen. That's the first time we've seen a
Against the commander. The defenders are sitting close to the
emote
commander.
spam,
And
I
the
think.
attackers approaching. Let's once again listen to the Faction War Fan Club in this last attack. Whoa, where did you come from?
So good at that.
I just took like 400 damage from something. Sorry.
Oh my god, that is so good. Watch your stamina there. Darkness.
Yep.
Oh my god.
That you are strong.
Wow. That's all I gotta say. Wow.
There we go. There you have it.
Very
the
well done.
Faction War Fan Club take the victory and win that game with Setback underscore bottom of the leaderboard. Now, he would be mad, but he is a positive gamer, and it is a positive gamer month.
Yes.
So what we saw there was the Black Prior from both Stefan and Setback. We saw him play to his maximum capability with those bulwark counters coming out in full force at the end from Setback.
Very well. But yeah, that was very impressive. He did it a few times on the commander towards the end of the game. Again, predictable, but he did it in such a fashion that he still managed to advantage his team when he was able to counter those unblockable top heavies.
It was quite something. Now I have been playing the Black Prior for quite a while now, I've had about 10, 12 hours hands-on with this guy, and I can tell you that he is easily my favorite character to be added into the For Honor roster. He is like no offer to make.
Why, thank you very much. We tried, we did very well on that.
And we know everybody loves the gameplay of the Black Prior so far, but I know people care more about the fashion of every single character. So we're going to cut into showing off the fashion for the Black Prior. Enjoy.
That twirl, though. Soft fate in execution. Oh. Please show me at least one high level metal. It doesn't even have to be high level. Just one metal chest plate. Please. But anyway, earlier someone playing the Black Prior parried the light and then they went for a top heavy, but it didn't connect. It didn't seem so slow that it wouldn't connect. It seemed at the same speed or maybe even slightly faster than Warden's top heavy, for example. So I think something else just got messed up. Maybe they didn't throw the attack right away, and that's why it didn't connect. But anyway, I am so spooked by the Shigoki. He's looking mighty thick and mighty strong.
Ooh-ah, that was strong. I can hear myself. Terrifying. That was some exciting gameplay. You got quite a little sneak peek at the Shigoki update, which was not really
Sneak
intended.
peek.
Ramon does whatever Ramon wants. So you'll see that in a few minutes with Steph and Frank. I also wanted to say we've been reading the chat. For those who missed the beginning, the Twitch drops do not come immediately as soon as you earn them. The notification will take up to 24 hours, maybe sometimes even more if we have too many tens of thousands of viewers, which is a nice problem to have. So you are going to get your drops, you just won't get notified immediately. So just make sure you link your account, your Ubisoft account to your Twitch account, and you'll be all set. So this is one of the favorite segments when we do this because we get to look up close at the hard work of your art team. So let's do it. Let's check out the Black Prior's gear, which gear is what we call armor and weapons. So we've got Andrew and Anthony from the art team to tell us about it.
Right. So it's the time to show all the variations.
Good old Warden Idol animation.
This one is the first set. So
Classic.
I'll jump in right in there. I'm just gonna go fly by so we see all the variations of the set.
So what we do on the variation, first start with the sets. Are
Those arms are my
making
favorite
sure
arms
that
right
they
there.
all have
Right
different
there.
Structures. So as you saw it in the concept art,
so beautiful.
This is the very first one that you will
Literally
the
a
first set
skull.
of the variation that you will receive, and it's what you can kind of have it. What you can kind of see is more of a very basic setup, basic visual. You can move on to the set.
Can I ask for a favor and get a close-up of the dude that looks like Skeletor?
Yeah, this guy.
Because I love it so much.
The final variation. Yes, this one is the final variation of the set. They all look very different in a certain way. They all have their own feeling.
So the first set was the material-wise, we divided into the cloth and with the combination of the cloth and the metal. The second one is the leather with the metal, and third one is more on the leather with.
I love the old mutton chop man.
Right.
This guy, the second one.
He's lived a life.
This one's pretty cool too.
So this is the second set right here?
The second set, and then we play around with the ages too. So with the makeups, and it gives a different look
there's
of
such
it.
a variety just within the sets.
No hood, just head, huh?
And this is the set
I like
that
it.
reveals the base.
Here's a closer look at Erzsébet.
Yeah.
But yeah, looks like no
This is the
meta
benefit
metal
that
chest
we haven't putting the
plate.
ornament on the shoulder part. There's a
That's
more
disappointing, I
freedom
gotta say.
to play around with the helmet design or head design.
We'll see
or the
some
head
maybe
design.
sometime in the future. Or we're not
So there's
finished
no
yet.
constraint and then we can
But then he did say
change
even for the third set, it's something about
many
leather.
different
Yeah.
variations.
Yeah, see, it's not.
This is the one with the full helm.
Yes, the much requested full helm.
Yep.
And you have a lot of fun with these helmets too.
Right. So this is another visual language that we kind of brought it for the Dark Knights, Black Prior. We brought more of a fantasy element,
right,
instead of a more realistic.
Oh my
so
God!
They will stand out, and they will be differentiated from the other knights, and it's pretty interesting approach.
Yeah, I mean, he isn't evil, but he sure has an evil aura. About
Shao Kahn, straight up.
Unique, I would say.
Oh yeah.
Even in the materials, we have that specific feel where we get that dark steel mixed with that bright steel and the dark leather that is very. Like, we worked a lot on these reflections that we get from the light and everything.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
And the thing you were talking about earlier, which I think is cool, is the way we're treating ornaments on the Black Prior. You can have a lot more fun with those helmets, right? Where you don't need to plan for an ornament to be able to attach onto it because now it's on the shoulders.
Up to the point, we'll always have to be respectful on where we place the ornaments.
Yeah.
This case, we had most freedom. We could do anything that we want. So now, starting from the starting, we had the one with the crown, other different type of ornament-ish. We just the sky's the limit, so we could bring more and more.
Yes. Yeah, it's just amazing. I love just getting to look at these. Your jobs are so cool.
Thank you.
But when we talk about gear, armor is only half the story. So let's check out some of the swords and shields that the Black Prior will have. And Anthony, you've just brought a sampling, right? This is not the full.
Yeah.
The
No,
full
exactly.
spectrum.
Yeah, I think there's 25 releasing with the Black Prior right now, but this is just some of them.
Okay.
And as you'll see, there's a certain evolution to these weapons. We start off with something that's more noble, so we got wood mixed in there with leather on the bigger surface, which is the shield. And as we go on, you'll see that this design is not only going to change, but the materials also. Which is pretty cool. It's going to reflect the character itself and the evolution of the character itself.
Those last two you just showed,
Yeah.
blue and the red, is that also where like team colors are going to be?
No, not these
No?
ones. These ones are very specific. So the red
cool.
one is basically some form of leather that's
Red.
applied to the whole surface. Behind it, there's wood. And as we
It's
go
like
on,
dark brown.
you'll see that
Beige.
Yeah, exactly. You'll see that the designs become more vicious.
Yes.
That's because the shield also is a way for the character to attack.
Wow.
So something that I teased with before on the conception. Is, you can see there's a spikes on the side of the.
Oh
shield.
my
And I
God!
think you might have noticed on the
The
execution.
execution.
So
Yeah.
they're using that as not just to defense, but they also offense as well.
This evolution is pretty cool. It really reflects the background story of the character.
Yeah.
You know, once a noble knight plunged into darkness, becoming something else.
He started listening to Slayer, and stopped listening to his parents.
Exactly.
Oh, we've been there.
This is pretty cool. The last one that you see here is the one from the intro video. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a pretty cool weapon.
Oh man, it's such a great variety too. I love how wild you can go because the shield is basically a blank canvas for the artist.
Yeah, you can just fill it up.
Oh my god, it's like a dragon skeleton.
Yeah, this one has some those blades on the side.
And can you zoom in on that one, the hilt on that one? I just want to see the.
This one here.
Yeah. Oh man.
With
It's like a beak. It's like a dragon beak thing. I love it.
With this variation of shield, variation of armors, ornament on the shoulder, I think you will be able to create very different characters from each other.
Absolutely.
Exactly, and all these sets down there, they're all interchangeable also.
And I think something to me that I think is probably, you tell me, was maybe an interesting challenge because you spent the last year you're working on Wula and all that. Now you're back to doing a new knight.
Right.
We have the Warden, who is the iconic, not just the iconic figure of the knights, the iconic figure of the game. Okay, now create a brand new knight from scratch. It can't just be another Warden.
True.
Can't be a lawbringer.
It's our biggest, most difficult challenge that we had to face. Well, eventually, that's something that we're always facing. It is we want to make sure each characters in the faction looks different, so they don't look each other when you place it all at the same time next to each other. So they will
that set I'm gonna have for sure. That set I'm gonna have for sure.
So this is one.
That set I'm gonna have for sure.
A lot on the previous.
That set.
6 characters.
Maybe.
And now this was a big challenge.
This one for sure.
We succeeded well.
Bringing.
But less so than the other ones that I said for sure.
Different cultures.
This one for sure. This might even be the main one.
Not at all. Is not. I know people have been.
And this one,
like,
the sword is cool and everything, but the shield is what I really love about it.
So I'm happy to hear that.
You guys did a great job. Actually, our friends at Ubisoft News came over here. They filmed some interviews with a bunch of the folks here, including Christian, who couldn't be with us today, to talk about creating the Black Prior. So we thought we would wrap up this segment by showing that video, premiering that video here. Thanks again to our folks at Ubisoft News, and thanks to you guys for the great work, and the whole team, if they're watching. And it's just I love getting to do these segments because it's just so interesting. So thanks, guys.
Thank you.
And we'll do our best, Andrew, to nerf your sweater next time. I saw the chat comments. It's too powerful.
Nerf
right,
the
let's check out
sweater.
that video, and after that, we're going to be back to check out the new map.
Sweet. Hard.
When we conceive a character, we always start with the weapon.
And the kite shield brings some
Top heavy
opportunities
guaranteed.
that none of the bucklers and smaller shields that we have in the game afford. Black Prior can use the kite shield to really push around enemies, throw them
Then
over
again,
top
does it
of
do
him or her,
more damage
and dominate the battlefield.
than a side?
One of the strengths of For Honor is really the mix of dual fighting and team play and team-based game mode. That's something that's always important when we design a character, but it's not that easy. So that's why he's really good at counter-attacking, he's really good at absorbing damage. He's also good at helping his teammates to absorb damage.
I'm surprised he doesn't have
It's
a
important to
parry,
us to add
dedicated
new
parry
hero
counter.
to the game. We're very cognizant of what are the existing heroes in the game, what are the roles that they kind of fulfill in 4v4 modes, and try to make something that's unique, where its weapon, or weapon
so
combination, in this
sick.
case sword and shield, can really get a chance to feel unique and do something that no one else on the battlefield can do. The focus there was on bulwark counter. This is a specialized piece of the Black Prior kit. We want it to be strong, we want it to be awesome. And when you hit, we want you to be more than satisfied. We want it to be viable in 1v2 situations. So we try to build all that. At the same time, how do you do a move that strong that beats normal attacks, unblockable attacks, melee attacks, and even beats 2 of them coming at the same time without making it absurdly OP? So there we tried to say, well, okay, so the thing that's going to beat it is guard break. There we feel that inherently the move has a weakness and a danger to using it, while it has a huge upside for the times that you do successfully connect it.
We want to add more backstory and more depth into every aspect.
Darkness.
Into
I just
voices,
can't wait,
into the
dude.
customization, to even the way he moves and so on.
Look at the way
We want
he's just
something
his
to build that
poses
world
right there.
and flesh it
His
out.
menu
And
pose.
the hero are the central piece of that world. We want to include the actions of our player and our community, the backstory of the game. We want to acknowledge that. And one of the main tools that we have at our disposal is the faction war. We looked back at last year, Faction Wars. There was a really important battle where the knights hold a specific location and they never lost it. Our explanation of it is because Black Priors was there.
When we receive the story, the words become images in our mind, and this is where we start creating and coming up with keywords of the elements that we feel interesting to represent in the sketches.
We wanted to have a hero that, yeah, might have done wrong things in the past, No, he's fighting kind of like for the good guy, at least from the knight perspective. But he has a background.
I try to imagine and project in my mind, if I see the hero coming towards me, what kind of emotion I would like to feel. And for Vortiger, we want to have something that is mysterious. I wouldn't like to feel comfortable seeing this guy. And for this guy, for the male, we have, he's got this strange makeup. But you can imagine Vortiger killing you with a big smile, a little bit like the Joker. Where the female, with her gothic look, she's gonna slay you, but with no smile, with the beauty of a Black Widow.
And now we
And
have
the
seen
theme
all
of
4
the
excuses.
Black Prior going
But I don't know if
into
that was the
something
end
is
of
a
that
bit
one.
more dark, more gloomy, helped us to find some really nice themes to project onto those shields. And the shields are great for that because it's a big surface, a big canvas.
This is the
So in
character
gameplay,
I've
when
been
you
waiting
hit the selection
for.
screen, you are going to choose a Black Prior.
And it's
archetype.
perfection.
Narratively, we take a look at Vortiger, but we also know about Erzsébet,
Except for the
who
standing
is the
upright
female Dark Warrior,
and not really protecting
recruited
yourself with
by
a shield
Vortiger into the Black Priors.
during idle.
Every day, every week,
During
every
lock-on.
month, we're doing something new. We're doing something new to improve the experience of For Honor. And more importantly, that new element, we get to test it and collect feedback and see the player reaction. And
Oh,
just
come
start
on, just
continuing
one
to
more
cool
swing
stuff,
back to
see
get the
how
head
it's,
off.
It behaves and how it evolves the game. And that's really, really cool.
Of course, I love working on new heroes. The whole fight team loves to work on new heroes. It creates a higher skill ceiling for the whole game in that now there's a new matchup for you to understand. So for us, everybody loves working
so
on new
sick,
heroes.
that
I mean, this
armor.
is the
And
crown
the-
jewel
the
for
whole
fight
set.
team. We love doing this kind of thing.
Sick, dude. Oh my god, that soundtrack. It's been 2 years, dude. I remember this. That's so beautiful. It's bringing back so many memories. When everyone was bad at the game. Just starting out. Fuck, I haven't even been paying attention to the map. This music got me. This music has got me messed up. I haven't even been paying attention to the map.
And we are back on the Warriors then. For
But it's all good.
special
We'll get a
Vortiger
very good
reveal.
look now.
And we have more to show. We talked a lot about Vortiger. We saw a big match where our team got destroyed. So now I'm joined by Edgar Orlando, Oliver Lee, level designer, and Nicolas Blanchard, associate art director on the project. They're both regulars of those shows, of those big streams. They come in and present a lot of the cool things that we do. And today we are presenting a new map. You just saw a quick video of it. It's called the Arbor.
Yep.
So guys, why don't you take
Arbor.
us on this magnificent tour of the Arbor? But before, good shout out to Studio Gobo for their incredible work on this map.
I knew it.
Because it's really, really well done. So now,
Arbor.
take me on a tour.
All right. So this
Nice.
is the new map
I love
for
this
year
using
3. Harbor, which, as
Black
you said,
Briar.
was produced by Studio Gobo, and it's our pleasure to here to
And
show it to you guys.
Chengdu as well.
Yes, yes, yes. Chengdu did a lot of the art assets here.
So here we're starting off in the defender courtyard. This is where defenders will be spawning. And as you can see, you have your 3 exits, all to various capture points. And as a note, this will be the brawl area. So when you play in brawl, this is where you guys are going to be playing.
So this map is mainly playable in Dominion, but also playable in brawl, duel, skirmish, and elimination, right?
Exactly. There you go.
Good.
Yeah. So the main mode of this map will be Dominion, and I think many people will be happy to hear that. Here I went towards the most right exit, so this will lead me. You can see a little bit of the lane, but I'm going to show that to you guys later.
Yeah.
You should have picked a cooler looking outfit though, and weapon
So
set.
here we have our first capture point. And Nico, if you want to say a little something.
Yeah, so that's the capture point that we call like the machine room. So basically, just to give some more hint on the story of that.
Maybe it doesn't have
basically
access to
the
it.
Viking they invaded the place, which is actually like a huge city.
Yeah.
So it was supposed to be something like a bit more less dramatic than the other maps, less chaotic, I would say. But basically, that city has been attacked by the Vikings. So when we're gonna exit that building, we're gonna reveal like all the boats in the sea. But here you can see it's that place. It's where we have all the mechanism that can actually activate the defenses that are in the sea. That we
kind of see those right there
in the back.
Yeah.
So these were supposed to stop the Vikings, but obviously didn't work well.
Didn't say, you just got an upgrade. Good luck.
Yeah. So right. So yeah, you just as you said, this is where they kind of fortify against ships that come in for an attack. But as we all know, you just need one ship to make it through the defenses, and then you have a huge battle going on.
So as you can see here, we see the vista. All the boats are crushed inside those defenses.
Yeah.
Here we have a drawbridge that obviously should raise up, but this time it's all broken, so you can use it as a passageway from one capture point to the attacker spawn that we're just gonna reach.
Yeah, because there's this big boat in the middle. I cannot wait to get to that point.
Get to that.
I know you're teasing us since the beginning with that big boat.
So this here is the attacker spawn. Okay. So this is where they're going to be starting off from. So this is basically the boat that made it past the defenses.
Why aren't they calling it a ship?
Crashed into the harbor. And
it's not big enough to be a ship.
This is where you launch your attack on the rest of the harbor.
So as you exit the boat, you end up inside that storage room. So basically, it's where they store like all the goods, food, everything that they gather all around the world. So obviously, everything.
Isn't it like a standard medieval sail ship?
Now, and we end up right now on the that masterpiece, which is the big mothership, the giant boat that is in the middle.
So this is where Point B takes place. It's on the deck of a ship, and you have both of your armies that clash here on this giant deck, and it's pretty unique, I must say.
And one thing that I really like about this, and maybe you will show us, is the ladders and how you can play with that.
It's the top,
So, all right. So this is the only map that you have a second floor, like an overpass over Point B. And what's interesting here is like if just over the middle part of the lane, you can totally drop attack on unsuspecting people
and we can
or on
see
minions.
dead guys there.
Yeah,
so that's an hint.
It's an hint on what's gonna happen
to you. Like if you see dead guys and there's a bridge on top of you,
there you go.
You could die.
Yeah.
So be careful.
So interesting point. Earlier on in the development of this map, we had a few back and forths with Gobo, and this whole thing was open, all for drop attacks. Okay. So we immediately said, like, okay, that's probably not the best idea to go with this.
Problem.
Yeah, exactly. So it was like a DFA fest all over the place. So yeah, we decided to just narrow the window to a specific area of it. So yeah, you'll be mostly safe when you're under those tarps, and if you're in the middle, you're kind of aware of it, so you can kind of stay under the bridge part to not get the drop on you. Okay. The other interesting thing here is that from Point B, you can quickly travel with these zip lines to the other capture points.
Oh, that's
what?
Yeah. So this is exactly where
favorite
I
map,
was
favorite new
before
Dominion map,
at this
favorite
point, I believe.
Dominion map.
And
confirmed.
And so, the other interesting thing during the development of this map is that we played around with different ways of how the zip lines connected. So at one point we had the capture points zip lines leading to the lane to point B, and then playing around with that, we kind of figured this would be the better way of showcasing that.
So you have zip line going from the boat to both
So
capture point.
both capture
Yeah.
points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that.
And
Yeah,
show
here,
one.
I could show that off.
That's
here.
what makes the map very intense when you fight, because it's not a big map, actually it's a small map for a Dominion map, so the gameplay is very dense, so it's super, because of the fast travel you can go
we
very
see it
fast
there.
from one point to the other.
Yeah.
So the matches are super intense, you meet people very often as you play, so it's a totally different thing from everything we had before, and that's actually what we liked about that map when we first started.
And here you could also.
Yeah, that's a fast way, because if you think about like one of
You
the
don't have
map,
to run like
you have
for a
to
while
run
be,
to get to point A. Now you can quickly go from, oh shit, they're capturing it. You can go in zip line
So
straight
it's a
to
totally different strategy as you play. Like you have to think a different way.
Oh, there's a little mouse there.
There's a mouse?
Yeah, I think there's a mouse.
It's a rat.
Oh, and there's
Well, and
there's
it's
another.
more than that.
There's another one here.
And there's a donkey.
So
I love donkeys.
He escaped from Market Town, so
Yeah.
now he's in the harbor.
It's the Easter egg of the
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this
Is it the signature of somebody, like he wants to put a donkey?
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this capture point has various entry points into it, either coming from defender spawn.
As soon as you said donkey, I
point
knew
B,
it.
From the zip line.
I knew it. I
and
knew
from
chat would go
attackers.
crazy
You
for
have
it.
Several entry points in here.
So this is the marketplace, and
Yeah.
in front of it you have something like that could be the entrance of the actual city.
Sell
So
their
again, here
veggies.
like people from.
If you want to buy a sword along with your vegetables, you have that on. I think it's the same person who sells all items.
Yeah,
you
it's
have
a
them on the
supermarket
store. You can.
Yeah,
pick them up.
And and here there's also another.
Yeah, there's a
entry
room
point.
above on top of the.
Any
the
special
market.
thing you can do from that room?
Of course.
And there's pigeon. And wait, there's two dead guys.
Yeah,
in the
there's
room.
two dead guys. So
Opposite,
you know what
Rip.
that means.
To be more obvious, we'd put a big
Yeah.
X in red to say, "Don't go there, or you're gonna die."
Yeah. So I think these capture points are really fun to play in, and the whole map again.
Come
is
on,
a
do
very
some
fast-paced
emotes.
map. It's pretty small in size, but very well balanced, and I think you're gonna get a very arcadey feel out of it.
And later on in the show, we are going to see 3 matches playing in Arbor against the Dev. Will come back and will try to get their revenge.
Right.
Because they got their ass kicked in
Come
Breach.
And again, as you saw during the small intro, it will be playable in Vankenheim and Meyer as
Yes.
well.
Yeah, exactly.
So with different lighting and different textures, so cool, as usual.
Cool. So anything else, guys, wanted to share about the map?
No, just
No?
a big shout out to Gobo again. Good job on this. They're really doing a good job.
Good. So thank you very
yeah,
much
thank
for
you.
joining us. So we're gonna take a quick break, quick video on Arbor map. Then we're gonna come back with the hero improvement for season 1 of year 3.
I love that. I love that one too. It's nice and quick. This one, it's cool. I think it's finally Shinobi got one that didn't absolutely suck. For a while anyway. That disappearing one with the red mist where he throws the the heck was the weapon called? Not Kurokasa. I forgot what it was called, but the chain scythe, and then pulls the person back. Still trying to remember what the name was, but anyways, pulls them in and then cuts the head off. That one I think was the last great one that he had, and then this one is pretty good as well. Even though how he cut that arm clean off with just a sickle. Is pretty funny, but I guess. Kusari Gama. That's what it's called. Kusari Gama. Norse. It's not often the brain, you're trying to remember something, and your brain's just like, nah, screw you, dude. Nah. You're not gonna remember until 5 hours later when you're not even thinking about it anymore, and it's just you don't need to. You don't need to. You know. You're just over it. But now I'll tell you. You know. It's pretty rare. The brain's like, here you go. For me, anyway. Someone's saying Pogger's 100K, but I mean,
we're back to show you some more. Like I said, you sort of got a preview earlier with the last match of the Shigoki updates. But Steph has a whole list of things he wants you to know about with this big Shig update.
Yeah, it's finally time for the Shigoki improvements. As you said, you saw in the Breach match, Shigokis were wrecking everybody left and right. So that's a good sign. I think you may have noticed a few changes as you were watching, if you were watching that.
Oh, they did.
And for now, let's look right at exactly what's going on. Okay, so I've turned off my health. Excellent. Shigoki changes. What's going on with Shigoki? Two things.
Oh, wait, what's the goal here? What's the goal with your Shigoki update?
Excellent question. There's both sides of the thing.
Yeah.
When you fight against a Shigoki, it's extremely annoying right now on live because you have to guard break them to drop their shield, or their passive uninterruptible stance. Then it's down for 5 seconds. You can fight for a little bit. Eventually it comes back, and you have to guard break them again. They know you have to do this, so it becomes this like, when you're going to guard break, when you're going to do nothing.
Takes one
Super
idiot
boring.
to go exclamation point 100K, and then
also,
everyone's
Shigoki
just start
doesn't really
doing
have
it.
a lot of ability on the offensive side to throw some of these attacks out there. So Shigoki's kind of stuck waiting for you, and you know that you're stuck waiting for them. So it's the slowest match in the game, I think. So what are we trying to do? We want Shigoki to be a trading machine. We think that's really interesting. But we want the Shigoki to have successful mix-ups and be able to sustain and initiate combat a little bit. So that's what we're going to try to do here.
Cool.
So let's break down the things. And that's how we're going to do it, I think. We're going to show you what kind of got broken down on the Shigoki, and then we're going to show you how we built it back up at the same time. So boom, number one, passive uninterruptible stance is entirely removed.
Nice.
Instead, many of the attacks, light attack, heavy attack, zone attack, this kind of stuff, is going to get the regular uninterruptible stance, aka super armor, that like Berserker or Warlord, for example, have. That's how it's going to go. Health has been reduced to 140 from 160, and we think that's a combination of like the passive interruptible being removed is going to be totally fine on the Shigoki, and then you'll see why we expect that a slight health drop will be totally fine, since we think they're going to be hitting and able to heal a little more.
Right, because the Shigoki's no longer taking more damage when it's in passive and uninterruptible stance.
Exactly, because there is no passive uninterruptible stance. Perfect.
But
So
I've heard his Demon's Embrace is now a much more reliable way to heal himself.
it's actually usable in 1v1 combat. You don't just need a wall to do that. It's still just as good in group fights in a slightly different way, and we'll see how in a minute. So first up, light attacks. How do we build this guy back up? Light attacks are 500.
They were 600.
They were 600, so you couldn't really throw them out there unless you thought the guy was going to guard break you. So they're 500, and you get uninterruptible stance, normal super armor, at 200 milliseconds into the strikes. So you can see him throwing like light, and he gets
That heavy feint so quick.
Same deal on the heavies. You get heavy super armor when you launch the heavy strike portion.
And I love that swing around
this one.
of the
Heavy attacks
Kanabo.
can now be feinted even once they reach the unblockable phase, as you're seeing there. Heavy attacks can also cancel into Demon Embrace even once they make it to the unblockable portion. And you just saw that there. And the timing on the openers are now 800 in the quickest version of the heavy. So no charge. And it used to be 1100 in
Yeah,
this.
it's much faster now.
Yeah, so you can throw them out as, parry punishes and stuff like that. There's a minor stamina cost increase as well. Or, how do I say it? Buff. It's always 12 to throw a heavy rather than 12 plus charging penalty.
Cool.
Nice.
So that's it. What else do we change? Headbutt. Headbutt is no longer guaranteed after a light attack, but you can throw out the headbutt after a light, after a heavy, after a zone attack.
And it doesn't actually matter if they hit or miss.
Yeah, so you can see him like whiff here. Maybe
2 seconds?
that was a zone attack. There you go. So you can still do interesting things in group fight. You can bait people a little more that some other characters are like. So that's kind of interesting as well. Demon Embrace. We removed it from neutral for a couple of reasons. The big one being it's super annoying in group fights, in that that's really Shugoki's big role, is get the hug or get the unblockable heavy. So that's gone. You can still get it from throw, so still guaranteed off of wall splat. You can get it from any of your heavy cancels, and the timings are slightly different. You get uninterruptible stance 500 into it. You can still cancel it from heavies, that kind of thing. So we actually expect that it's something you'll be able to do when starting a heavy and sometimes doing demon embrace.
I love the throw he
It's
does.
also interesting
after.
in timing wise, you'll see
plop.
after a headbutt succeeds, you're so frame advantage that it's hard to tell, is it a real heavy, is it an unblockable heavy, is it a feint guard break, is it a demon embrace? That's the mix up we're trying to set up. Same thing you'll see after the demon embrace.
It's so beautiful.
Timings will change here such that you're so far ahead on frames as well that you should be able to throw a light that they will have to quickly defend against, or a heavy unblockable mix-up, and repeat the, is it a real unblockable mix-up? Is it a feint guard break? Is it a demon brace? So you can think of it as like knockdown, wake-up combo mix-ups in some other games. That's what we're trying to set up with Shugoki.
Cool.
So that's super hype. What else do we change on the Demon Embrace? There's no more critical HP, gives you a one-hit KO stuff. That's not super fantastic in groups either. It's just annoying that Shugoki hugs you and kills you out of nowhere. At the same time, there's variable rules on the commander. That's odd. Instead, we say, no, it's a successful tool that we're going to use to heal. Does 25 damage, heals 25 HP.
Across the board.
Across the board, no matter what you're at. Does that make sense?
Nice. Stamina as well.
Yes, the biggest thing, I always forget this. Shugoki regens stamina. We're at 0.
Try again.
Try again. But you'll see, Shugoki uses all his stamina to pressure, goes out of stamina, demon embrace, and then can get it all back for the hug, successful hug, and can continue pressure, restart pressure.
Right.
So they're
So you
down
wanted to
at
keep the move, but change it. Change the way it's been known.
Exactly. It's still going to be successful. It's still a big disruptor and a definer in group fights. The difference that you'll see also in group fights is that if your friend hits you before you get the hug part off, it will interrupt the same way Shaman's Bite works, or the same way Highlander's Keeper Toss works. You'll still.
Yeah, that's a big change too.
It's a big change. So it's not an automatic death sentence for Shugoki to hug you anymore. Your enemy team will still be able to set up hug followed by hit from their friends. As you saw in the Breach match, Shugoki's getting a lot of kills this way. So we think it'll be totally successful.
What about Oni Charge?
What else have we maybe seen a little bit here, but we haven't touched on?
Has it been completely
Heavy
removed?
unblockable finisher is possible now. As you saw there.
So
And
sexy.
same rules as the opener. It can be feinted in the unblockable portion. It can be transitioned into Demon Embrace during the unblockable portion. All these options are there.
The Demon's Embrace also doesn't interrupt Revenge. Right?
That's right. We did remove that. So moves should be safe for you to activate Revenge, which is a cookie in your face. Other little pieces. Zone attack is 600 MS. It used to be 900 MS. It's also one hit all the time now. But as we said, it can flow into headbutt. It can flow into heavy finisher, which can of course upgrade to unblockable heavy finisher or demon embrace.
And now it's a single strike.
Exactly. It's because before, really, you only really wanted to feint that second zone attack anyway. So why not give you the option of 3 stances, left, top, right, heavy, as you like.
Right.
Any other minor details on this
Sprint.
character? Sprint. We changed it to top.
So it's now a top stance attack.
Yep. So when Shigoki runs into a fight, it's more of a thump.
Or the charge completely removed or what?
Headbutts and heavy
Or is it
finishers,
just the
right?
same,
Exactly.
untouched?
So if he locks, he can, do whatever he wants afterwards, which is super cool. So he can still enter a fight and be disruptive, but it's a little less annoying to side people.
Demon Ball is much faster.
It is 800 MS. It used to be
1200.
Thank you, Eric. Master here.
Very good at this game.
Perfect. Feet hard to kill. That was the other big
Yes.
thing we changed.
Let's talk about feet.
So it used to be damage resistance at variable levels across the board, blah, blah, blah. We've reduced it by 20% at each level. So it used to go all the way up to 50, now it goes up to 30. This is because you're no longer
Forgot the
paying
goddamn
penalty
E.
for
How
passive
did the E
neutral
not
stance,
input?
Removed extra damage. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh
So
no!
automatically shows
I
up
said
everywhere,
oh
people
no
saying,
charg. I'm done
Shigoki's
with
just
myself,
hard to
dude.
kill.
Cool.
I'm done.
And what I wanted to tell people is like the full patch notes, where you can read every single detail, even the ones that maybe Steph might have glossed over, should be up right now at forhonorgame.com/patch notes. If it's not, I'm sure it will be soon, but I'm pretty sure it's up now, so you can go read that there.
Yep. So the dream is that Shigoki should be able to attack. Shigoki should be able to do interesting mix-ups, and Shigoki's not going to be a totally annoying force in the way the armor works anymore.
Right.
So, welcome to the cast.
So, Steph, we haven't mentioned Lawbringer. People in the community got a little excited yesterday. We dropped our year 3 video because Big Roman mentioned the LB. And even though it was a year 3 video, they thought it meant a right now video.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're in year 3. This is season 1 of year 3. Shigoki got the day in the sun today. Lawbringer is absolutely on the table. We know both of the big guys need something.
It's being worked on right now.
It's being worked on right now as I speak. We've done play sessions with various prototypes, and this is a very top priority.
Yeah, it's just not ready yet.
That's right.
Just for context, that Shigoki, you started work on that many months ago.
Yes.
So these things take a long time, which is also why you're not hearing, we've talked about this before, why you're not hearing. So last year we focused a lot around the whole reworks idea, like every season, all these. Well, what we realized was it was really cool, but it also took a lot of production time to do those, right? So that's not the focus of the fight team this year, doing it that style.
Sure, I mean, like, the goal remains the same no matter what. It's we want these characters to be able to attack. We want these characters to feel good when they press attacks from neutral, feel good when they press attacks once they've started combat, to have some chance of sustaining that, and some chance to deal with incoming attacks. The whole fight loop that you would imagine. We're totally aware that certain people have much more difficulty with it. Lawbringer, for example, doesn't have a strong opener. At the same time, Shove on Block is another thing, just like Shigoki's armor, that disrupts fights in an annoying,
exactly,
stalling kind of way.
Just give him a good opener.
Neither party is particularly
some
happy
other
with the
nice
outcome.
mix-ups, just like Shigoki, the way you do Shigoki,
So
and
we're
then
aware. This is what
take
we're
away
working
Shove
on.
on Block,
We wanna improve
because
this.
it's
Cool.
stupid.
And Roman wanted you to mention something about the charge of the Oni for Big Shug.
Yeah, it's still on the character.
People are asking.
Yes, it's still on the character. Yeah, I see it.
We didn't remove it.
No, it's still on there.
Thank you, Roman. Our new community manager, Roman campos-oriola.
Push people off at high fort.
Okay, but we're not done. We're not done.
We're not
we still
done.
have
We
a
got
couple other characters that you've updated.
Exactly. A couple benefits for a couple other people. We're going to do Peacekeeper
Damage
real
increase,
first.
I'm guessing?
We saw in early seasons, Peacekeeper was very strong, dominant, and in season 6, we tried to give Peacekeeper a little more options with dagger cancel and so on to be able to attack a little more. But we also nerfed her damage quite a lot, trying to bring her to what we thought was a sweet spot, and it turns out to be a bit too low, so we're trying to bring her back up a little bit. So that's the intention of her improvement here today. Big stuff that we're looking at on Peacekeeper is...
It's in the patch notes.
We lost the data. But basically, let's hit the high stuff. We're trying to get her to get executes in group fights. That's one thing we want to do. So on guard break, we allow her to do heavy. And you'll see that like the side heavy is guaranteed. which is super cool. Never used to be, so that's some option to get.
Still only
execute.
20
You
damage,
saw there
though.
that he was also able to get zone attack out of guard break, which was never the case before. So Peacekeeper can get V execute, the quick kill, whatever you need in these group fight situations. So that's step 1. Step 2, top attack opener. We've increased the strike time to 900 ms and increased the damage. The intention being, this is now your best light parry punish. I'll throw your top light. And top heavy is guaranteed. I can block it. So that's the plan. So we've increased the damage
Still
on
only
that,
23?
I think to 23, I want to say on the previous page.
Yeah, it's still in the little.
There we go.
Down there.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's on the thing. Sorry, thanks. So there's the thing.
What's the bleed damage
And
afterward?
then stamina costs, we've decreased. Deep gouge is now 12, used to be 25. Dagger cancel is now 6, used to be 10. Zone attack is now 40 stamina on the first hit and 20 on the second hit instead of 60 and 0, which should get you. You'll see Nuke do.
So for people that only want that first hit of the zone, that's a nice.
Yeah, you can't quite see it there, but like maybe we could see that like you can do 3 in a row, whereas before you could only do 2 in a row. Yeah, so there's 3, so that's pretty cool. There's some damage benefits
they
as well.
buff damage a bunch, not across the board, but on a bunch of things, right?
But it's not on the screen right now, so it's a little tough. Light
previous
attack
page, please.
Light attack is slightly up, and heavy attack is slightly up.
Previous page, please, Alex.
Just a couple of numbers. We don't have them in front of us.
There it is.
Oh, yeah, we do. Okay, dodge attacks are 17 damage, up from 15. Heavy attack finishers are now 27, up from 25. And light attack openers are 14, up from 13. It's minor, but I think with the opportunities to get these better parry punishes, better guard break punishes, all the things you want, you should be able to do
PK
just
still
a little
garbage.
bit. I'm bringing it at sweet spot.
But I mean, I didn't expect
Season
much from her
1,
anyway.
2, 3, 4, 5, too powerful. Season 6 and since, too weak.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be in that middle. And this is what we'll keep an eye on as well.
Cool.
Damage-wise.
All right, let's switch over to Warlord.
Warlord. So Warlord, what's the big problem with Warlord? Warlord's been in a funny state where you see at ultra top tier play, the out of lock crashing charge is super good. So Warlord players in tournaments at top tier are playing this weird out of lock game in duels. That's not really what we want duels to look like. We want them to be focusing on lock combat most of the time. Whereas at the rest of our data stats, we're seeing Warlord is too low. So it's this funny like juxtaposition. So we're gonna nerf out of lock stuff. We're gonna buff lock stuff. So let's start with the nerfs. Out of lock crash and charge is now gonna hit at 500 ms. It used to hit at 300 ms. So the hope is in duels when you're only looking at one person, this becomes reactable. Lunge strike is also getting a nerf and a buff. It is now a light reaction on hits. It's still a heavy button press. The transition to headbutt is a little later. Basically, this means that it does not guarantee the guard break or that headbutt anymore.
Oh, okay. It doesn't guarantee the headbutt.
And the damage. Sorry, my mic was.
Exactly, and the damage is buffed to compensate. So you're now doing 35 damage instead of 25 damage. So you're basically getting everything you wanted, and you can send that headbutt at the player or at an external target. So you have a little more ability to do damage.
Wait, why did that guard break whiff?
And then buffs wise,
I would have liked if you could add a new chain to it.
that would be super good. I
Let me
think.
guess, they
So,
did it.
Do you think we should?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Sure. All right, Francis agrees. So what about light? There we go.
Hey.
Perfect. And what about heavy?
Hey, even better.
Also good. Light finishers are all 500 ms. The light openers have superior block.
Side heavy's 35 again.
On a successful superior block, I've heard light attacks now gain the unblockable property.
And do more damage.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
29 damage.
17, and the side one is
Poggers.
25 up from 15.
That's a
So it's a good
healthy
buff.
healthy damage buff.
Exactly. So this is a viable alternative to parrying, depending on what kind of attack is incoming. So that's a good thing. Heavies, it's another case where it was very high. We nerfed it. It's a bit too low. So we're bringing it back to that middle spot. top heavy opener is 30. Side heavy opener is 35.
Back to original
Top
values.
heavy finisher is 35. Side heavy finisher is 40. So everything got a bump by 5 damage.
So you could say, so looking at these two is interesting to me, not being on the fight team. So it feels like you gave a little meatier damage buffs to the Warlord versus what you gave to the Peacekeeper, because the Peacekeeper is already kind of doing better overall than, say, the Warlord, right?
Well, the Peacekeeper is always interesting because, like, the Peacekeeper has gone up and down a little bit more and used to be the dominant force in the game. I think the most defining one. So we're a little more want to take
trying
smaller
not
steps.
to nudge her all the way back to the top.
Exactly. If we have to go further, we'll go further. But let's see.
Cool.
Warlord we're a little safer with, I think. Any other buffs to this guy?
Zone attack.
Zone attack is now undodgeable. You see the blue effect? It means that if I try to dodge it, no, not going to happen. I die. It was basically very high tracking anyway, so we said let's go all the way. And
Yeah, it was. That's what I was thinking. It's
a
like
little more opportunity to keep pressure going.
it was already pretty much almost.
Full block stance.
Full block stance is another one.
Undodgeable.
You used to have a 4-second stamina penalty, like you would not regen stamina again for 4 seconds after you enter it. That's super annoying. So you enter it, you release, you regen your stamina.
Beautiful.
All good. Entering is now also 10 stamina, down from 15. We think this is okay because the big penalty is that once you go in, you're going to get guard broken if you're in that stance. And you can't do anything about it anyway. So that's a worse penalty than stamina. Cool. And that's Warlord.
Great.
So we're really hoping lock combat starts to work and starts
I
coming
wish
back
they
to
gave him a heavy
Very cool.
from full block,
Steph, I
like
think
it
we'll
used to
see you
be.
probably back on the couch in maybe a couple weeks.
That's
on your
unfortunate.
team, so we do a thing every season. Once the season ends, we look back at our data from the previous season, and Steph's team
Good
usually
old
puts together
data.
a blog post to share that data and discuss it a little bit, and then he usually comes on the show to discuss it. So look for that in the coming weeks. We obviously need the season to end before we can get that data. Season ends technically next week, so let's have you back on quite soon. You can answer some questions and all that good stuff.
I would love to.
Yeah. All right, Frank.
Thank you.
Hey, good job on that, Nobushi. I saw some Nuke fans blowing up in the chat.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Nuke for life. All right. So now let's, holy moly, where'd we go here? Thank you. Sorry, I'm drunk. Now that we have shown you all these cool things in the game, the map, the Dominion map, the rework stuff, yes, thank you.
Blackfriar, maybe?
I've got a man in my ear, people.
Oh.
Yes, I'm the Blackfriar. We are now going to bring out our players again. Your favorite streamers will be back, and they're going to play 3. Not best of 3. They're playing 3 no matter what, because they're under contract. 3 matches of Dominion against Steph and the gang, and on the new harbor map with the Shigoki, all the good stuff. So we are going to check out a cool strategic video examining the harbor map as we transition back to that match. So thanks, guys.
Thank
We'll
you.
be back in a second.
That name, though. I'm super pissed. I am super pissed. Because I love that one as well. But I'm super pissed at that Lawbringer execution because it's literally a better version, in my opinion, than the execution where he shoves once, shoves twice, and then goes, boom, cuts the head off. I was gonna either get that or the one where you grab the, catch the punch, break the wrist, turn around, crack the neck. I was gonna get that or the shove and then the beheading one. And I got the beheading one just because I wanted to actually chop the head off part of it. The thing is about that execution, the part where he cuts off the head, you don't even actually see it. The angle of it, the camera angle, the chopping of the head, it's like off frame. It's like way too high. So now they brought an even better one where you see it perfectly, beautifully, and the camera doesn't shake at the moment of the strike, making you not see it. And Now I'm just like, oh, I should have just gotten the one where he breaks the wrists and then breaks the neck. Because then I would have just gotten this one. All my 7,000 steel back. Or you could just make it where if someone doesn't like an execution or whatever, you could swap it out for another one, but then the other one doesn't become available. That way you didn't waste 7,000 steel or 5,000 or
coming out on
3,000.
January 31st with the release of
But
the
I
new
doubt that's
season
gonna
of For Honor, Vortiger. Harbor is a port town on the shores of Lake Atrevatne, where the Blackbriars once helped the Knights defend against their enemies. Ruthless strategies helped them win battles against impossible odds. The port still holds immense strategic value for its location and continues to be a highly contested area.
1K drop. Over 1K drop in viewers. Damn. But
here we can see a complete
that was to be
overview of the
expected.
harbor, with the
I'm surprised it's
objective
actually
points
not
crossing
even
the
more.
map diagonally. The defending team spawns in their barracks, with paths leading them to each capture area. On the other side, the attacking team spawns on a wreck ship used in their assault. Just like the defenders, they also have quick routes to all capture areas. Let's take a closer look at the 3 zones. Capture Area A is a lookout tower with ample fighting space. There's also a ledge where you can do a drop attack. On the main lane, Capture Point B is on the deck of a giant ship with an overpass above and zip lines leading to the other capture zones. Finally, Point C is in the main market area of the harbor. It is an open zone and has many entry points. Taking a closer look, you will notice zip lines that can be taken from Point B. Those will get you across to the other capture areas faster. Of course, a For Honor map would not be complete without hazard zones. You can ledge enemies from this bridge, and there are also some interesting places to do drop attacks. The harbor will also be available in different game modes. Here you can see the different spawn locations for Duel. It will also be available in Brawl.
This video is done very
Finally,
well.
Harbor will be playable in Skirmish and Elimination.
Which unfortunately no
You
one
can see the
plays on
boost
PC.
locations in those 2 game modes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the harbor.
Hello and welcome back to the casting table.
I almost
We'll be
completely
having
forgot
3
about these
exhibition
guys.
matches on the new map that you just saw. Stefan has left me and left his glasses here. He has transformed into this new form, his alter ego, Guillaume. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Hey everyone, glad to be here.
I think if any OGs, if you remember Guillaume from the February stream, he brought to you the map, the game mode you guys loved, Tribute. So the lowdown is the dev team are 1 game down. They lost their breach match, and they'll be trying to get revenge in this game.
I'm confident they can do it, you know.
F Ace
I'm a
drops.
bit impartial, but
Who's the fucking troll in the chat? And what are all these idiots doing just being like,
Recently, I've been getting a lot of flack for my shirt. The dev team has been
Jeez, dude.
giving me a lot of stern words about my shirt, but I believe that the chat's on my
no, man,
side
it's
with
fine.
the shirt.
Like honestly, I think everyone that did this is just
No.
really mean. Like
Surprise
why would you do
Pope.
that? Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Wild Pope
Thank
out of
you very
nowhere.
much. I've been getting a lot of flack today. I've been crying right before I came on screen. Okay, so
Yeah, it was pretty pathetic. I saw that.
I appreciate the support, and I just want everybody to be a positive gamer back home. And I want
Positive
to remind you guys, if you're
gamer.
seeing some confusion on the chat, all you have to do is link your Uplay to your Twitch account to be eligible for the chance to win 100k steel. And just by watching, you earn yourself some scavenger crates. What better way to spend your afternoon?
Sure. You don't even have to do anything. You just have to watch. That's even better.
So we've got the teams lined up. We've once again been joined with the For Honor dev team and the Faction War fan club. they've been showing their support from the faction war, especially through their faction war leader, setback underscore. If you remember, if anyone's watching stream, you'll know about his faction war weather report he used to do on the week by week.
Very constructive videos. Love them. I love them. Honestly, I'm tempted to, root for them because I just love the name of their team so much. It's so good.
Well, yeah, they had to go for a little short list of names, and then I believe that was the one that was approved.
Yeah, the other ones were unacceptable, but equally nice.
Equally enjoyed by all the dev teams.
Yeah.
So we're just going to wait until we load into the game. Today we'll actually be watching kitties on the new Shigoki that we talked about on the previous section. And we'll be looking at Nuke, who was in Ibushi in the last game for the dev team.
Yes, pretty impressive player too.
So you can see there
the surprise, apparently.
The poor little minion hanging from his leg.
Okay.
Yeah. They look so badass in these cinematics, and then it all goes to hell once it starts. They're just not as good.
It all goes south. Okay, kitties here on the Shigoki going in for point A.
Shigoki's too deadly now.
Point A, pretty interesting fights to have in this map, considering the hole that's right in the middle of it.
Could've dodged
there's
that.
still space around it to make sure that you don't get ledged, but it requires you to be careful.
We've got Estefan on the Black Prior there again.
Oh.
Kitty out of stamina. This is a very dangerous spot to be in against the Black Prior. Tries to go for the heavy cancel into that shield bash, but is not successful. Gets the forward counter on Kitty. And he was talking behind the scenes about really wanting to get more bulwark counters when he's playing.
This because they look so badass, Kitty look so good when you do this.
Kitty tried to go for a full charge heavy, unsuccessful. Light attack comes out.
Oh my god, no active, no passive hyper armor. I was gonna say.
The hug comes out,
and that's gonna be it. We can see that there's
Deadly.
not much happening on the other points.
They're
It's
both
fighting
deadly.
control over both of those.
It's an
It seems the
offensive
attackers are
game.
taking over now.
And we've just got here Nuke on the Jangjun.
The only one left now is Lawbringer and Aramusha. Shinobi's pretty bad too, one-on-one. Peacekeeper's still bad.
It's honestly scary, man.
Raider is bad, 1v1.
Gets a nice little combo on setback. Setback tries to go for
Anyway.
the guard break, unsuccessful. Baxter on the Berserker, trying to drop those heavies.
Orochi's really not that great. No openers. No real openers. You can delay lights, which is
Jangjun just pulling
good,
back
but
to the C point, trying to regenerate some health, but Baxter says no.
Oh, Baxter
very
is
good
going all in
players
for
can
this. He's just
react
not
to
gonna leave
those.
them
So
to take that point.
Let's cut into the dev team to see what they're saying against this Baxter.
Yeah, we can't do so.
why are we looking at Jang Jun? Show us either the Shigoki or a Black Prior. Come on.
Yeah, we're not. Just run. Oh fuck. Yeah, they shot.
Come on, Black Prior. Woo! Shaolin. Out of nowhere.
Shigoki one more time.
Setback wasn't having any of that. Positive gamer.
I'm so glad we got this. That's pretty much how I imagined it,
That was an epic retake by the Faction War fan club. You know what? We should shorten that to FW. Wait, I can't do.
Faction
I can't
War
do words.
Fan Club, FWF.
FWF.
So
there we go.
sexy.
Okay, guys, I didn't study my alphabet. Okay. So we got
It's fine,
Kitty's
it's French alphabet, so.
yeah, French alphabet. It's not the same, dude. W. So we got Kitties against Stefan here, being backed up by the
Shigoki.
customized
Ooh.
Hyperion on
Shigoki's too deadly now, man.
customized Hyperion on the Black Friar.
Shigoki's too deadly.
Nice little zone there on Stefan. Guard break successful, gets the wall splat into that side heavy, but does not finish him off. But the light there sure as hell connects.
That duel is going to be interesting. I don't know if he can actually do it. He's going to be. He's going to have
I was
to
gonna
be
parry
smart,
that.
about using that new tool.
Oh,
set
wow,
that's available
okay,
to him.
nice punish.
And no, that's not going to happen. Too bad. Too bad Berserker was in the house. So
The zone into that top light sure as hell finished off Kitty. We should go pick Nuke against Baxter here on the C point. Baxter out of stamina, very dangerous position to be. Gets the guard break, knocks him down, but Hyperion here is defending his fellow gamer.
brave gamer fellows. Nuke is doing a pretty good job at keeping there for a while. Oh, and the drop attack is going to give him revenge, which is that going to allow him?
And another miss from the drop attack. What is going on here, guys?
Ooh.
Gets that top and blockable heavy on setback, but he's out of here. But the feet is proc.
Really
And,
nice warp here by the
Rip.
Shadow Man.
You can see that Shigoki's unlocked his level 2 feat. He is a level 2 Goki, and you know what, guys? That's just how the
Deadly.
Mafia works. Goes
What
for
the
front
hell?
line, top line,
That was a
unsuccessful.
very
Runs
quick
out of
recovery
stamina.
on the Shigoki.
And Stefan just trying to keep the pressure on, gets the shield bash, stamina drain on Kitty. Falls up with another shield bash, but you know, he regenerated stamina just before that one connected.
They're having a hard time moving Kitty.
He should have known.
He's using the Shigoki really well, I must say.
He gets the side heavy there on Stefan. Does have revenge to use. The light connects.
Come
passes
on.
Garbage. Garbage doesn't land on Nuke. And
Zero
side
crack.
heavy
Base
also
crack.
doesn't land.
Should have known to just be passive there.
Nice guard break into that wall splat. Oh, not even the wall splat. Goes for the recovery. The hug on the wake up.
That's going to make him able to stay there even longer, so he's basically unmovable from this point.
That's some big damage from Duke on Hyperion. Tried to go for the hug from Katie, but unsuccessful. Hyperion interrupts.
Let's take a moment here to look at the score. It's
Hyperion has
almost,
one of the
both teams
sick
right now, so it's anyone's guess to who could
shields.
actually win this. If the dev actually succeed in moving Kitty from point 8, it might bring some big change, and I hope they do, because yes, you know they're
Oh my god, cheated by the wall.
kind of humiliating right now.
That is a nice forward stance. Let's take a listen into the FWF.
There's more people coming.
Oh hi.
Did you try to parry a light or something?
Oh hi, Wumbo.
Oh my Wumbo. Shinderu. Nani?
Nice. Bashing again.
Rip.
Fire.
Kill him, please. I am dead. Don't stand in the fire. Oof, that looks weird.
Oh,
man.
that
It's
sound.
been getting me so much.
Oh, me for. Here, my.
It's all me to fall, by the way. Or something like that.
Tasty.
Top 3 fire flash.
But anyway, back to what I was saying earlier before I was distracted by something.
It shocked me when I saw it.
Kitties did a top light as
Just
Shigoki.
going up against Zep,
And
gets the kill, and he's on Hyperion now, but gets destroyed with the shield bash combo.
the
There we go.
not Hyperion, the other person playing Zero Crack.
Shigoki mirror match, and it's over. Great.
Zero Crack did a top light with the Black Prior. They did the top the lights almost at the same time.
Did not expect that
But
reaction.
Being a positive gamer.
I keep saying Hyperion now. Zero Crack's light hit. The Black Prior's light hit, but Shigoki's didn't.
Defenders,
So I thought they were gonna at least trade. So that
score here. It's gonna get more difficult to
that
equalize
recovery
this.
on the light attack was amazing to see.
Leaving Kitty's out of stamina. The zone comes out. Zone doesn't land top. Heavy is parried. And Roman is just out of stamina. Kitty has nuke to proc. I mean, nuke to proc. Revenge to proc.
That's so good.
Goes for the charge heavy. Charge heavy. Successful on
Rip.
Roman. As the screams of what the.
Yep, definitely getting that execution.
How heavy that Shigoki is.
It's not even a question.
Oh, hey girl.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, he's just chilling, you know. He didn't die. He's the gatekeeper, just resting.
Oh, I love the execution so much. It's it creates for some awesome set pieces.
It's too bad because I think we saw the devs like trying to switch up their strategy a bit and going for Kitty and that point, trying to see if they can get some kind of advantage by killing him and dealing his respawn, but to no avail, unfortunately.
So we have the dev team on breaking right now. It's going to be right to the... Well, they do have 500 deaths, actually. I looked at the scoreboard, and...
Yes, they do have 500 deficit. It really depends how they decide to play us. There's still 3 of them left, so if they play it conservatively, might be possible. Shout out to Kitty for not ledging right there. That's
very.
Well, he wanted to get some HP back.
For the headbutt into the well, and unsuccessful.
I think Nuke would have ledged him.
Yeah, Nuke definitely would have ledged him there.
Surprised the Hyper Armor didn't start up.
They're basically the protagonists of our story in this game.
Yes,
Kitty
so we have
versus
Picalex that just died and Stefan that was actually revived, so we're still at 3 against 4. that breaking is actually proving quite interesting. We might see some upset, possibly, if they bring out their A game on this.
So since this is a situation
Oh,
that
he
we
didn't
have
fall
landed
down.
on with Setback and Kitties against Nuke, I really want to hear what the dev team have to say.
The control's so annoying. It keeps vibrating. Okay, it's like stop.
Let's change screens.
So
Come on.
classic, just blaming it
Who's the
on
person
dev
controlling
man.
this?
Look,
There we go.
My luck to changing every time I say let's cut to the dev team, they get murdered. Okay,
Yeah.
so I need to just not cut to the dev team anymore if there's any chance of them doing anything.
I knew you were doing that on purpose. You don't want them to win, do you?
Oh, the reason why they're not getting knocked down is they have that.
Voice chat to hear
Rip.
them close out the victory.
It's because they have the rock steady feet. Yeah. Dude, that is amazing. The length that get thrown.
Good game. Good game.
You don't have to say FH drops, people.
That was a
Jeez.
bit insulting, man.
Now we've lost a few K, 3K viewers or so.
Look, okay, what happened there with the dev team? They were all over the place. We played
2 more games, and then I
a test
think
match
that's it
before
for the stream,
we
right?
Start streaming, and the dev team destroyed the
Yes.
streamers. But what's going on here?
Maybe it's the stress of being on camera, you know? They're not professional streamers. That's the excuse I'm going for.
That's a good excuse.
That's a valid excuse.
I don't know if they
actually.
want my excuse, but that's the one I'm giving them. So,
Yo, we tried to coordinate for us both to wear, you know, look, Vortiger color. You know, see this color?
We didn't
see
do
this
that.
color? Matching.
You're just trying to
color?
save the shirt.
This color? No.
That's neutral. That's
No,
you
no.
can do anything you want with
Look,
this.
it's a striped black top, dude.
Yeah?
Come on.
It's an old classic. Always works.
See, the last stream as well, he had his beautiful gold jacket, which he could have, you know, complemented this decor at the back. But
Yeah, you don't want to burn out the gold jacket. It's gold. It's meant for rare occasions. That's what it means.
He only wears them one per occasion. The jacket is only brought out for one occasion. So after that, guys, we're gonna move on to the second exhibition game.
Yes.
Where I think we're moving on to a different protagonist for this game. So
Yes.
everyone has their
Black
everyone has
Prize
their
time.
time on the camera. We've had Kitty, we've had Setback underscore.
Yep.
Next, we're moving on to I think Baxter, Hyperion, and Pickaxe. There we go. I wasn't listening to someone. I was thinking about it.
Yeah, he was trying to remember it. Yeah.
So we're gonna go to Hyperion and Pickaxe. Hyperion, we've seen him on the Valk. We seen him on his Black Prior. I really wonder what he's gonna bring out next in this.
I'd like to see Vault in some Vault gameplay, you know, but like Vortiger is just so appropriate right now with everyone playing Shigoki.
Black
and all
Prior.
that stuff. Yeah, I know, but he's playing the male version, so I'm safe.
So there we go. The camera on Hyperion, looking handsome as ever.
Look at those eyes. Look at this shirt. Man, he knows how to pick an outfit. Unlike
Well,
some.
Well, whatever. You know, no chip on my shoulder. Okay, we're just gonna wait for these guys to load into the game. Pickaxe has been playing. First game he played the Janju,
Wow.
and the second game he managed to pick up the Berserker. I really wonder what he's gonna play in this matchup.
Yes.
As you can see, a different setting on the Harbor map here.
Some feelings are being caught.
I think he's one of the most versatile players of this of the floor he plays. I think every hero he can play at a very good level.
A very
so shout out for
competent
that.
level.
Yes, we're seeing some Vault gameplay. Awesome.
Finally, some Vault gameplay for all those 3 Vault mains. This is for you. Hyperion is doing this for you.
I'm a Vault.
3 Valk mains.
Shut
I
up.
mean, if you're gonna tell a joke, you know, it should at least be funny.
We're trying to. This is typical Vault behavior. Trying to
I
go
mean,
for the jump attack. You know, this is.
No
this is
offense,
just
but I
what
mean,
you
I just
expect.
don't
You
get
only
the
hit
humor in
somebody,
that.
That's what he deserves.
There's
If it
actually
works, it works.
a lot of Valk players.
Over the guard break on success.
Since
On
he's
to
actually
back again on that
usable now.
Debussy. And Stefan back again on that Black Pride. Just look at that armor set. That is a beautiful armor set. He's going for the
Amazing.
skull mask and that shield. The shield is just
That little teal color.
something else.
Just really sexy.
Big exhale. Big exhale. Once I see that. Stefan very low health. Gets shield bashed into that
Rip
light combo. And you just
crack.
trying to pull back. and he makes it out alive, being chased by 2 members of FWF. I really like that. I really like FWF.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sounds like a wrestling league or something.
But I feel like we really need to add the C, FWFC. We just kind of ignored that it's a club.
Oh, that's true.
It's not. Yeah, it's a club. It's a club.
It's my mistake.
Yeah.
You know, you trust in
A
me.
wild
I failed.
warden
I
out of
trusted you in the
nowhere.
alphabet and you failed me.
Yeah.
So you can see here,
Who
B just
plays-
being captured
Who plays
by
warden
our number 1 Valk
in a match where you
Hyperion.
have Black
This,
Prior?
this is some questionable customization of the warden.
That's a
This
Power
is-
Ranger.
Havoc is curling in his boots after he sees this green warden. Tries to go for the headbutt unsuccessful on Pick Alex. He is getting completely ganked.
All right, I will
by
be
both
right
Hyperion
back. I
and
won't
Kitty.
pause the,
Procs
you know,
revenge.
obviously I won't stop. I won't pause stream.
Heavy does not connect on Kitty.
I'll be
For
right
another
back.
Zone lands on Kitty. Tries to go to hug unsuccessful. And it was just a line. It was
Yes,
just a line.
it was well fought. I want to give a little quick notice of how both teams seems to have to keep the importance of the lane a bit more in their priorities for this match. Trying to control that ledge over the lane, which is, even if you don't get your drop attacks, it does give you quite a bit of zone control, which means you can basically kind of make the other team do whatever you want because of the constant threat that you're posing to them.
And like Obi-Wan said, he has the high ground. And when you have the high ground,
You don't try it.
Yeah,
You don't try it.
You literally do not try anything.
Like,
when you
even
have
if
high
you're a
ground.
Sith,
Like, I'm a Sith.
I am Bach.
So Hyperion just going up against Roman here. Has to give it a guard break, and Kitty goes for the hug, but once again interrupted by Hyperion. Sweep connects, but the revenge is procced by Roman. Will he stay and fight, or will he run away?
What?
Nice
Demon's Embrace?
there
Did he
on
just
Roman.
cancel
Follows up with
Demon's
the
Embrace
heavy
there?
just as the revenge was finished. To get the
Dude,
kill.
these fucking
bit of a
headphones.
desperate revenge.
They're
You
broken.
can see that he was super glad to get it.
So you can see actually the devs are winning on score. This is what I was talking about when I was saying the devs actually played really well in their practice games beforehand. Just warming up for the stream itself. Once again, we're looking at one of the most hideous wardens I've seen. And then
I don't know, man. I like it.
I'm telling you.
He has this like
Who's playing
IELTS,
this warden?
vibe.
Guys, 1 in the chat if that's a good warden. 2 in the chat if you agree with me. So we can see Valk here going up against Roman at the B point. B point, a heavily contested point in this map. The hug lands there from Roman, giving him that vital HP back. He's interrupted by Kitty, but does land the headbutt into the back crack.
Oh, interrupted.
But interrupted by Kitty.
And now he's dead.
Counter back cracked.
Counter crack. The CC.
That's what it stands for.
Yeah.
A counter crack. Oh.
The counter crack. The C. Oh god, there's a warden. He will literally make you die just from looking at his fashion. That's just how it is.
So what is worse, the fashion of this warden or the mustard shirt? And for the record, I like both.
Look, I've lost some friends, but for that, I'm gonna cry for a bit and let's listen into the For Honor devs.
Gotta do like Pick Alex right there and stand.
How the hell am I not in revenge yet?
They abandoned A and they're coming to you.
Fuck.
Right now.
I can't
He's reviving. He's reviving. He's reviving. Shit. Désolé.
Great switch there.
So if you look at Luke in the background, he is offering up moral support in the camera. Luke, just smile for the camera, please. There you go. He's got his
really
little
wants
party
them to win.
popper, his For Honors, whatever they're called,
Rip
inflatable
Shigoki.
batons.
I don't know what you would call that. Annoying sticks? Is that a good word?
I don't know if he's offering moral support or just being a nuisance to the devs in the back there.
Both are
Finally,
sometimes
the
really
match we've
close
been
to
waiting
each other,
for.
you know?
The original
So
Knight
once
versus the
again,
new
Pick Alex
Knight.
finding himself in
And
a
of
1v1
course,
situation again. I can't get over that. He has like a little whatever it is, party noiser, and it's quite a disturbing sound. It reminds me of my 5th birthday when none of my friends showed up.
Oh.
ooh,
Yeah.
almost.
I'm sorry I didn't show up.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm over it. Dude.
Oh my god.
You can see here, Pick Alex managed to take out one of the opponents.
And Nuke is coming in
Oh,
with the
rip.
Nobushi to help him. They
Just
might
with
just
the
take
full
that
charge
point
shield
back.
back into that top heavy. Top heavy was successful, but he still has a bit of health, and that fight from the Nobushi just takes him out. And they keep their advantage with this this fight that was won. Really nice play.
See that out of lock, that upright stance while the black prize locked on. It's just, it makes it seem like you're out of lock, not really caring.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just wondering if we're just
Huh?
heading for
What am I doing? Oh, I'm looking over here at this opponent now. Okay, now I'm looking at this opponent. It looks goofy instead of having his shield up. You know, like the Conqueror stance.
We've got a gang situation here. If we can cut to the FWFC fan club and see what they're saying.
I'll take it. Alright, wait till we're going.
I'm guessing the reason why they're making him stand upright and everything so that people don't confuse him for Conqueror at first sight. Inexperienced people don't be like, see the person with locked onto them with a shield in front of them and with that exact same pose, they're like, oh, Conqueror. I mean, make it a slightly different pose, but okay, yeah, go ahead, make them stand up, but at least have them have the shield right in front of them to defend themselves, ready at all times when they're locked on. Like, I don't get that.
No, I tried sweeping. I think it's a mistake.
Kiddies, get out of here, though. Nice.
What do you mean, get out of here?
My point. He's bleeding out.
Rip.
Don't touch him. Don't touch him.
What do you mean? I was here first. That's like saying that you were on a point before I was. It doesn't make any sense.
We gotta take it.
Sweep doesn't work.
Hyperion is too clean, man. I can't.
Some argument between the positive gamer and Kitties there about who's on the point first. It seemed pretty aggressive. It was getting pretty heated there. A lot of bad blood between them now.
I hear that's usually how it goes for esports.
What's up with these updated user interfaces?
How's here, dude? What the hell are you talking about? We have Pick Alex going up against Hyperion here, the protagonist of this game.
There's that crash and charge
from the Warlord.
Going to use this window to escape, thanks to his Baxter friend giving him a bit of a breather here.
Tried to go for the full charged bash, but unsuccessful.
See, there you go. There's the mix-up.
By Baxter. Headbutt into light connects. Nice parry there from Baxter into that side heavy. Goes for a headbutt into the light. And the
Warlord is good again. Poggers.
Warden. He's been leveling up fast. He's been doing. He really knows how the Mafia works at this point.
Oh yes, we can see how good he is. I wonder who's actually gonna take this.
Yep.
I thought Baxter had it in the bag, but it's interesting
Oh,
to
he
see
could've dodged that.
Alex pulling out all the tricks, and that's gonna be it for tricks, except that last one right there.
Oh
It's a
my
body kickflip
god.
Right there. Have you ever kickflipped
54 damage side heavy finisher. What was the light?
It's something I'm training towards. I really want to go.
That's a lot of damage. That's right.
I think a kickflip is the right choice for this.
Wow.
So Hyperion just clearing up B to earn that breaking amount of points. And that leaves the dev team in a very, very worrying position here. Two of them are down.
And they don't even have
Was I confusing
get this
base Craig for zero? Yeah, I was. I'm such an idiot. Zero Crack isn't even here. Why was I confusing him all day with Base Crack? Like, who is that?
He's trying, but he's 38.
Oh, Base Crack. That's Stefan Jawinski. Earlier they were like, oh, he likes to steal names.
Nice use of the map right there. Going around.
Sorry. I just been overwhelmed by the awesomeness that I've seen. Awesome. It's confirmed on light parry. The person earlier just, I don't know.
Oh, I think Alex tilted right there because.
Wait, who's playing that? Setback? Good. Good player.
Tries to go for the heavy unsuccessful. Gets the shield bashed into the light combo. Nice parry there into that top heavy from Setback.
Shouldn't have done it.
Baxter comes crashing in with his shield. No seconds, bro. Let's hear what the FWFC have to say about this last stand.
Can we 1v1 everybody here? No.
1v1. That's not how this works. Oof. Just a big oof.
Shigoki dropping that mic after he dropped that laugh.
Yes, honestly, we should just sound clip this and use it in an emote. I think, yeah, I think that would be worth it. It's emote worthy. Hey, what up?
It's the party man himself, Luke the Shade, joining us.
You get your birthday party now.
Finally, my 5th birthday party when, people join me at my actual birthday. So, tearing up a bit.
So sad.
So, anyway, that was another loss for the dev team. I feel morale is at an all-time low.
Yes, at the same time, it might be motivation. They need to win that last match because it was really close. You know, when you get this close to the sun,
it's bound to burn.
Yeah, it's bound to burn, but that's what you want, right?
Yo,
This analogy was kind of clumsy. I still stand by it.
You follow it through, man. You don't let it die.
Follow through is what matters.
You know, I bet you people in chat love me. I bet you people in chat love
Good
me.
follow through.
I live for
So, the last game will be on a different variation of the harbor map.
The mire.
You know what? I'm really enjoying this map so far.
Or
The
nighttime.
high point, as we said, if you have the high ground,
yes,
you're doing well.
That's actually a very interesting variation that we have for the main lane. Like, I was one of the first ones to doubt it. You know, many drop attacks is usually kind of annoying, but in this context, it's so fresh and it's so new, and there's so much control over how you can take that back. So there's just two steps to playing the lane in this map. Basically, you want to control the high ground, and then you can get down and actually clear out.
It's over.
And all that stuff.
Anakin.
Exactly. Yeah. Hopefully,
I have the high ground.
Work now after seeing that Warden. So I'm taking
Or
some
something
time
like
to cleanse
that.
my eyes before we get into the next game, just to make sure that they're
Such a
rejuvenated.
drama queen.
No, it's not even drama queen. I'm telling you, a Warden should never be customized like that.
It's objectively bad, is what you're saying.
That's the problem of having such deep customization in For Honor. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're moving into the last game where we have our last protagonists.
That's a dope AF intro.
With Roman for the dev team and Baxter for the FWFC.
Baxter, I just love watching his stream, man. I used to be a Berserker main myself, and it was so inspiring to watch that.
Hopefully we get to see the Ricardo flick when they win the game. Little hair flick at the end from both him and
Oh
Sam.
my goodness.
They have the hair for it, they just need to deliver.
Chopped shields flying everywhere.
The hair flick, obviously the camera's not on me, but the little hair flick, you'll see when they win, okay? He gets the deflect into that guard break on Nuke, and big damage was dropped on him. You can see there,
Can see Roman that's amazed that he missed a hit. I don't know what it was, we didn't see it, but it sounded frustrating.
Nice little poke there from Nuke, but he is pulling back, realizing that he definitely is in a big health deficit, but the charged heavy, not the charged heavy, the dash heavy lands, and that beautiful new Berserker execution comes out.
That was amazing.
It's something else. You think it's gonna end.
That's actually
okay, that looks
my
good.
number
Then he
one
stands on
new
it. He's like,
favorite
oh, okay, that's
execution.
cool. And then he just chops off his
That
neck.
is super
We're seeing
sick.
now Roman on the Shigoki. Let's see if he's gonna go and try for that mirror duel against Kitty again. Is Kitty still on the Shigoki for this match?
I think he is. He's a Shigoki main, so I would hope so. We've got Hyperion on the new Black Prior and Setback on the Jiangjun here. Headbutt lands on Setback. Tries to go for the hug. Hug unsuccessful. The top light lands on Roman, and Roman is down at point C.
We can feel the loss of velocity for the dev team here. They seem to be not playing as well as before.
Well, it seems to be the different environment. The snow, it's really cold outside, so I don't blame them.
Right. That must
Look,
be why.
my jokes go downhill as we progress, okay? So
It's okay, that's the last match, so you don't have to worry. Baxter having a hard time with that Berserker Mirror duel here. We might see the King having his crown taken, and that's gonna be it.
And his back's being cracked, so
a little back crack,
a little therapeutic experience there before he dies. Roman with the taunt there right at the end,
the weep taunt.
Now he's gonna be staying on point C to make sure he doubles. I mean point A to make sure he doubles. To make sure he doubles on the score. You can see we were saying that the devs start off on the back foot.
That's actually a nice comeback right there.
A really nice comeback. That's the beauty of Dominion. A comeback can happen at any point. Pick Alex finding himself in a tricky situation against Baxter and Kitty. Kitty
tracking.
Roman obviously looking at the scoreboard, trying to get to that top part of the scoreboard just so he can type in chat.
Wow.
Yes, it's for the bragging rights. You want to tell everyone that you care for them. That's the point. That's the point of online games.
Nice little execution. Oh, that is just an ace one. Puts him in. His head's just become a pop. Baxter pulling back up to point
looking pretty pleased with himself.
R.I.P.
He kind of sounds like a lost puppy right now. He doesn't know where he's going.
Oh man.
He's doing whatever he wants.
Rest in peace, in peace.
The slowest light attack in the history of light attacks coming out from Hyperion, out of stamina. Roman just facing up against him.
Trying to
Nice
bank on
push
that
counter
out of
there.
stem.
Headbutt follow-up leaving him in very low stamina. And he is out of stamina now. Can Roman capitalize on that? Gets the back crack. Regenerates stamina and a bit of health there. 25 health, to be exact.
Yes.
Guard break into top light lands. Another headbutt just misses there. But that one sure as hell lands.
Doesn't seem to be able to capitalize on those out of stem that Hyperion is living through.
Wow.
Well,
Sebek
after
stole the
that,
kill.
Horrific defeat of Roman. Let's listen into the FWFC and see what they're saying.
Arm embrace. What are you saying? Arm embrace?
Arm embrace.
Arm embrace. Arm and brace. Instead of arm and hammer, it's arm and brace.
Ah, I'm so bad at that.
That was his, but the revenge came in clutch.
Who needs a shield?
I will. Baxter, back to you, Baxter.
Shield's on sale today. Oh, there you
Oh,
are.
please don't knock me out of the execution.
Wait, how do I? Oh, I totally gave it to the wrong.
Don't worry about it. Oh, I'm dead though. I don't know where that came from.
That's okay. This lets me kill minions easy peasy.
Cameras.
What can I say? Just lets him kill minions easy peasy. That's all.
Yeah, at this point with the advance they have, they do just need to do that. But we can see here the dev team taking back point A and point C. So we might see a bit of an upset if they can win this team fight here.
Oh,
It's gonna
that
be a
tracking.
boost city for Zone A.
Stefan just gets the execute there on Baxter. And they're going against Hyperions. Black Prior. You see Roman just trying to assist him, assist Stefan where he can. Can they get the knockover? Gets the guard break. Guard break only leads him to the pillar. And out of
He's gonna leave the zone anyway.
That was nowhere near Stefan. It's okay. The light attack just to finish him off. Roman pull him back to point A just to get that double points.
They just can't afford to not go for it.
They want to redeem some honor. It's for their honor right now.
Oh. Hey guys,
yo,
you said
I'm
the name of the
I'm
game.
here all week, guys. I'm here all week. Nice parry there from Baxter into that side heavy on Roman.
That no
Lightning as
passive
well.
hyper armor, dude.
Mix-ups, the Berserker mix-ups. As he said, you enjoyed watching Baxter stream, learning the ins and outs of his
Why is
character.
Roman not learning that he can't just keep
Oh,
throwing
remarkable
out those
top
light
heavy.
attacks?
Finish him off and capture A for his team.
You have to love those moments where you just let that top heavy rip and you're like,
when it lands, it is.
You'll never see it
fucking
coming.
Beautiful. Guard break
Bye-bye.
successful, and bye-bye Nuke. Followed up with a backflip, and the little son, you saw it in cams. He looks at his enemy and provokes him. And good fights. Good fights all around.
Wow.
Positive gamers, by the way. These guys are, you know, la creme de la creme of
Good fight,
positivity.
good fight, good fight.
Once again, it's an all too familiar scene where we see the dev team breaking against the streamers.
Roman's just not gonna stay in there.
Roman just tried to only charge into literally nothing. We go Baxter in this 3v1 situation, tries to take out
Roman,
Roman
rip.
and critical.
Oh,
Just get the
shield.
Yeah,
But
just
don't go
go
back
on
into the
Riot.
fire.
And
Rip.
it's gonna be pointless in the end. Too bad.
Kitty takes him out. We're on Baxter back again.
And
Let's
you're
listen
done.
into what the team has to say as Baxter falls to his
Feels
death.
bad.
I gotta get this ledge with the.
It's in my eyes and it burns.
Oh, that's actually gonna be really good.
Stop. I'm just trying to get my friend to
Come on, let's switch to another screen. We're gonna miss all the action.
Enjoy your swim.
So she'll be dead right before we get the corner.
Oh, wait, so
Okay.
our friends died.
No, all right.
Whoops.
Oh no!
Oh, scatter. I'll get this one.
That was a very, very good dodge. Just a dodge. The no execution to finish it off. Beautiful.
What's that? What's that?
What'd you say?
Show it off. That's for just
down
trying to
hit.
celebrate in our own unique way.
I'm so sad.
And,
I'm so sad.
And there you have it. The FWFC.
Come on,
wrapped it
5
up
out of 5
with
stars.
4 wins in the bag. Now, obviously, I was supporting the fan club. You know, faction war veteran myself, Mount Ingus.
That's fair.
Forever and always.
For our dev team, I
So-
still love you. It's fine.
So after that, of course, we will be having an interview with our victors just as they get ready on the couch with Eric Pope. But before that, I want to say thank you very much from our beautiful casting table. We want to thank Stefan before he morphed into Guillaume, and you can check. Do you have a Twitter account that people can at you if they have anything wrong?
It's at MoTchum.
Give him abuse for hating my mustard shirt, okay? And it's been myself, Vivid Naz. You can find me at Vivid Naz. Please tweet me if your thoughts on the mustard shirt. I hope you guys enjoyed those games, and we'll pass it off to Eric Pope.
Super ripped. Challenge is also very nice.
Woo! Just
Wow.
another day at the factory here at
Man.
Ubisoft Montreal.
Can I believe Vivid forgot me not only once but twice?
It's true.
The mustard man. The mustard man.
The
just
mustard man strikes again.
strikes again.
Colonel Mustard. Well, we thought it would be fun to sit down briefly with these gentlemen who you just saw absolutely kicking ass. So I figured,
Yes.
why don't you introduce yourselves first and we'll chat a little bit.
Sure. My name's
Probably
Hyper.
should have done that
I've
first
been
before the
streaming
matches
For Honor
are.
for about a year and a half now. I'm a Valkyrie main. Most of you guys know me as that in the community. So yeah, thanks for having us here. Really appreciate it. It's been a blast so far.
Hello there. Most of you know me as Kitty's the Shugo main. Yeah. And you're all awesome.
Brief.
Baxter the Berserker main, also a little bit of Warlord.
And Baxter, a bit of a face reveal.
This is the real face reveal, isn't it?
Don't usually get to see that.
I'm setback _ I stream and I do cringy zoom-ins on my on my stream. That's kind of my thing, and I play For Honor. So
The positive gamer.
positive gamer.
I'm Luke. I'm a gamer. Sorry.
All right, so reactions to the matches you just played.
They were fun. They were a lot of fun. We played, a few matches
They were
today.
fun. Talk for yourself.
I mean, well, they're
Yeah.
we,
There's like
I'm just
the people
trying to be
upstairs
nice,
are going
okay?
crazy right now.
All
I'm
right.
sure.
It was great. I like the new map a lot. The devs were a lot more competitive in Dominion than I thought, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. We all had a good time.
I fought Roman's Shugo, and I was like, oh, this is scary. I had the exact same reaction. I was like, I didn't think they were going to be as good as they were, and I was very happily surprised. It was awesome.
And imagine having meeting with Roman. It's even scarier.
Crashing Charge still works, I guess.
All right.
On these
All right.
guys.
Cool.
But, yeah, got some good ledges, some good fire hits. I guard broke a Nobu out of her heavy and ledged her perfectly. So
Good memory.
Yeah, so everyone's saying, you know, the devs were better than they thought. They sucked real bad. They're so bad. They're very nice, though. They're very nice. Great personalities.
Well, we invited you guys here because
No,
you
why
stream
did we invite him? We should talk. We
the
should talk about
positive
that.
gamer.
Yeah.
Because you guys stream the game a ton, Baxter in particular is 176 hours in the last 30 days. That's just a fun stat. I've got data on all of them. But the real reason we wanted you because you guys have cultivated and you're part of the For Honor streaming community with a bunch of others, and it's actually a really cool corner of the For Honor community. It's a positive, supportive place. It's obviously a very fun place. What does the For Honor streaming community mean to you guys?
I mean, I wouldn't be here right now without the For Honor community. I didn't have a Twitch account before any of this. Like, I got started on Twitch, and For Honor was my game that I wanted to play, and it's just been an amazing experience so far. So, I just want to thank the community for watching, and we have a really, really great group of streamers that stream For Honor. There's a lot of camaraderie between the streamers. A lot of friendships being made outside of just going live. So yeah, it's been an amazing experience. So yeah, I'm so humbled to be here.
This is really the first community that I've gotten to dive into and really get with, and so it has a special place for me that way, as I've never had a situation where I get to talk to other people that are in the community and really involved, and get to come to Montreal for Ubisoft. Oh, it's awesome. And,
For
yeah.
the trifecta of our nice weather.
Exactly.
From the Siberian cold 2 days ago to the snowstorm, ice rain, and today it's raining. And it's going to freeze out tonight. A lot of fun.
Fun.
Yeah.
It really is wonderful.
Yeah, it's a second family. It really is. Everyone's so close in the community. They all support each other, and yeah, it's a special place.
Even Setbacks community?
That's a special place too.
It's even more special. Yeah.
The third cousins we don't talk.
I have a very imaginative community that I make fun of them all the time. They make fun of me, but I love them. It's great. Like, it's just so much fun to stream, and a lot of those people come because of For Honor, and I really do appreciate that. And like the Twitch For Honor community is very unique in a lot of ways, and it's really nice. It's a big reason why it makes it easy to stream, is because they're so fun. They basically carry my stream half the time. They make the funny stuff for me. I go, ha, that's great, thanks. This is my content, by the way. Yeah, exactly. So I really appreciate it.
Do they have a name for themselves?
Why? They call themselves a Setback Community.
The Setback Community. Rolls off the tongue.
It rolls off something down a hill.
Okay, so
one thing that's cool is today, like there are thousands of people watching, and they got a chance. Like, many of them probably knew you, many of them probably don't know you yet. So people watching, I think we had their handles on Twitch on the bottom of the screen, and here it is. It's back, so you can go check them out. Go check their channel. They're streaming a ton of For Honor, so it's going to be all different streams. From time to time, I like to pop up in their streams. I did that to you. I did that to Amanda Biondi yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago. Just pop up to have some fun. So yeah, and thank you guys. It's great to have streamers like you to work with us. It's really, really cool.
Yeah. So you want to give any final shout outs before we segue away?
Sure. I'd just like to shout out everybody watching right now. This has been an amazing experience for me and these guys here. And without the For Honor community, we wouldn't be doing this right now. All the great streamers, these guys have been a blast to hang out with the past couple days. Of course, my wife for letting me leave her at the house with a brand new puppy for a week. So yeah, and everybody here has been just amazing. The devs are all super nice. I love hanging out with you and Luke last night at dinner. So yeah, just kind of everybody involved in making this happen.
First and foremost, Viora. I said I'd do it. This is for you. I want to give a shout out to my mom and dad, because they're awesome, and I wouldn't be here without them. And at least my mom is. At least my mom is. I love you, Mom. And also to the community for that exact same reason. I love them as well, and I wouldn't be able to be here without them. So yeah, I love you all.
Try following that.
Well, I'm going to shout out to Freeze because he's an awesome YouTuber and he's always hanging out. He's one of my oldest mods, and he's just such a pillar of the community.
Well, he does such good content too, like such analytical,
Quick maths,
educational.
just the quickest maths.
Yeah. Sure.
And then my roommates, Ash and Max. Thanks for watching, guys.
How about to the city of Boston? Yes.
So yeah, again, shout out to my community of.
Well, no, the setback community. I think you mean.
Okay, I'm not shouting them out anymore. Huge shout out to my wife and daughter at home if they're watching. Probably not, because that'd be embarrassing. But yeah, I couldn't do half what I do without them. They're huge support. And I
The
love them.
core setback community.
Yeah. They're both mods on my channel.
What? You're.
But yeah, and just like the Twitch front.
7-year-old.
I'd let her ban whoever she wants.
That's
I don't
amazing.
care. Yeah, but yeah, just for on our Twitch community in general has been so much fun, and this is basically a dream come true, just to hang out and talk about games and stuff. And
Yeah. Well, we're psyched to have you, and thank you sincerely for not dabbing or saying yeet. It's very big. We're not done
Dabbing?
yet, but please don't.
We have a famous clip of the two of us dabbing simultaneously.
It's true. It's true. It has
A while
happened.
back.
It will never happen again.
Aw.
Vivid, stop.
Vivid is
Dab has been
dabbing in the
banned.
back.
So thank you guys again. This was super fun. Glad to have you here, and I can't wait to see what stuff we do again in the future. But let's keep the show rolling. There's
Yes.
more to show.
Yep.
Really?
So
Two
now
more
we're going to
segments.
check out the new gear that's not for the Blackbriar, for the coming to the other characters this season. So we'll be right back with Luke and the art guys.
Anthony and
Yeah.
Andrew.
Poggers. I completely forgot about new gear. They didn't mention it up until this point, I don't think. So I wasn't even, since they didn't mention it, I was like, oh, it's not a thing. Not this season, anyway. But apparently there is, huh? I hope there isn't a new rarity. I hope it's just the same rarity. Because I have almost a lot of heroes up to rep 8, which is the minimum rep to start getting, like, either for sure exclusively legendary tier loot, or almost every lootable item. Because every time I've repped up a character to rep 8, you start getting them at rep 7. I think somewhere before I read that it becomes exclusively legendary at rep 9, but I'm pretty sure it's exclusively legendary at rep 8, because out of all the rep 8 characters I've had, I've never gotten anything but legendary drops. So anyway, I'm excited, but also like scared, because I want to pour all of my time into repping up Blackbriar. But now I'm gonna want to play other characters to get super sick weapons. Hopefully, I don't doubt them.
And
So.
we are back. Our streamers left the building, so we can come back to serious business now. So I'm back with Andrew and Anthony. So this time I'm going to talk about weapons and the gear of the other character for the first season of Year 3, because we have some pretty exciting stuff to show. So give us again a little tour before we had a tour of the map. So now I think we're going to start with the woolen, right?
Exactly. So the ones that get new gear this time is the woolen. So all 4 of the woolen
Yeah, that's what I thought.
are gonna get the new armor.
Woolen, that makes sense. Not
This one's pretty
the original
interesting.
cast,
So
I
you
guess.
see the very shiny material.
Yeah, it
I like
reflects
it.
like the...
I'm a big fan.
Exactly. It's very chrome looking, and it's a scale mail that we applied on the whole character. It's a good contrast with his plates, his arm plates. Very dark. It's a sort of a teapot material. So very matte, very rough.
It's very beautiful.
Of course, if you show all the variations sets, you will see more of a very difference in the visual. They all stand
Old
out
man
really well.
Shaolin.
Yeah.
Look at him. He aged quite a bit. I love that. I
That's
love that.
another way of us to bring more usage of the beard and
Yeah.
the color of the beard. So
I
we can-
support white beard.
Right.
Totally.
I think General Candy got one.
Yeah, this one is more experienced look.
We should manufacture those pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, the embroidery. Yeah. Embroidery is really looking good on these.
Always very fancy pants.
I like the texture of the pants. Like you can really feel the depth and the texture of it, and
the shiny.
I feel like when you're touching it, that there will be some shapes.
Yeah, some relief to it.
Yeah.
This one's pretty cool too. It's a very traditional look.
Oh, I love the makeup.
Yeah, great makeup.
So it's a traditional Chinese theater makeup.
Okay.
It's quite different than the kabuki makeup.
And let's finish with our famous Jiangjun.
Yep.
Pretty cool too for this one. On the clothing we used embroidery again.
Yes, it's great.
It's bringing a lot of shininess to it, which the cloth is contrasted right now. So you have a more matte looking cloth, and then you have this embroidery that shines and brings textures, like you said before, and a lot of relief on it.
So everything will be available next week for on January 31st for the next season, so first season of year 3. So now we're going to transition to the weapons, which are absolutely incredible. Where are the weapons? They're
Right here.
There we go.
We're catching up with the winter.
Oh, but everyone gets their
So
weapons.
this is same idea as last year's winter event. So it's a thematic that really worked well last time we brought it to the game. So we decided to bring it again this time for winter. You know, so since winter's still around. So
yes, it is.
We're bringing it back, and it's pretty cool. Still.
For me, it's the detail. I don't know if you want to focus a bit on the detail of the hilt. It's so much. There's so much detail.
Yeah, it's beautiful. For such a small object to have that much detail is very good. It's very nice.
Again, a nice shield.
I don't like
You
this.
have this sort of
I don't
Arctic
like that.
landscape
I'm not
feeling
away.
to them,
I'm
so the blue
here.
colors
I'm
are
literally,
bright,
my cursor is
bright,
literally blinking
silver.
in the chat box.
And
Come
the
on.
gems, the transparent gems.
For me, what I find really, really impressive is
You better not
as I
have
mentioned it before,
not
but it's
counted
the level of details.
my view
It's
time
such a
because it's
small
head away.
items that you don't, like you won't necessarily see it.
Yeah.
Like when you play, but when
Very
you take
nice.
the time to look at it, it is so beautiful. Look at all the details here.
That's the fun part. For the artist.
exactly.
Yeah, I can
Once we
imagine.
get into the very detail. Not many people have a chance to enjoy it, but then for us, we'll try to put as nice and balanced detail as much as possible.
It's always cool for the artists to work
Yeah.
on this. And as a player, also, when you go to the barracks and you look at this weapon, you can really see it up close. So this is when all these details come to life. This one's very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
And as always,
Also,
shields.
very,
Shields
very
are
nice.
a place to put a lot of details on.
And I like the fact that they're all, like as you mentioned, it's the winter team, so they're all in the same color palette.
Exactly, they are all unified,
Yeah.
and they're all really well balanced with the old collection that we made for the winter event.
Ooh. The health is like to me, but the blade
This is
and
the
sorry, and the blade and the
Yeah,
guard.
so
Yeah,
one of the execution
very
of the
nice.
Islander earlier. We're sitting here watching it. Oh, this is for
Orochi.
Kensei.
Kensei, yeah.
Oh,
I'm sure
Kensei.
Damien will love that one. It's for the Orochi.
Nabushi, of course.
Nobushi, yeah.
Very nice.
For me, it's like it's so
Didn't
beautiful
show the
for a
end.
deadly object.
Yeah.
We already have one that
Okay.
looks very similar to this, don't we?
Yeah.
For Shigoki.
Wish we have some kind of a library to kind of just showcase whatever
Yeah.
that you have collected.
No, wait, look, zoom. For me, when I saw it yesterday, when we're preparing today, the faces. It's so great. Like you see the two different
It's
faces.
great. Unfortunately, it's for a crap character.
I don't know
Come
who
on,
did that
do
one.
something with our
Yeah,
emotion,
it's very
please.
interesting.
It's very, very, very interesting.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to everyone working on this. They're doing a great job.
Armor would have been
Oh,
easily
for
one of
Jenny,
my
I guess?
highest
Yeah,
repped
this is Candy. So this is new this year. So we have the
heroes.
whole woolen faction that have that now
Zoom on
have
the zoom on the.
yeah the cloth here.
Yeah, on the cloth. You see the. You can see the fabric. You
Yeah,
can tell
the
the detail of the
embroidery.
fabric, which is
Right.
quite impressive as well.
Very cool.
If he was actually
People
viable.
did an amazing job.
Shaolin.
Yeah, this one's the new
Nusha.
That's
Very
Shaolin, huh?
nice symmetry on this weapon. It's pretty cool.
Very nice. Unfortunately, I like spaced out, and when I came back too, it was
Love how
like
the
looking at the
dragon's
top part. I'm like,
wrapping
wait, what was
around
that?
The handle.
This is very, very nice as well.
Very nice weapons.
Wow, it's very, very impressive, guys. Very nice work. Congrats to everybody working on that. It's super impressive. Thank you, guys, for bringing us all this amazing content, all the cool gear, the armor, the weapons. It's super amazing. So next week, January 31st, you'll be able to get your hands on those. So again, thank you. We're going to be right back. Mr. Pope will join me for this last segment of the show about rigging. But before, since the beginning of the show, we've showed you the executions a little bit, but now we're going all in, the full content of the week with all of the execution. See you in just a minute.
Top tier. For me, this one's just like, okay, cool. Could have been a lot more creative with it though. This one's, I like it. Like it. Like it a lot. I like it very much. Like I said earlier though, it pisses me off. Oh, this one's also very nice. From Troy. Centurion is Brad Pitt. Very nice as well. Ooh. Strong man. Appreciate you holding that for me, buddy. Favorite one. Also very nice. Second favorite one. Freaking shaman, man. That's all I have to say for this one. Just shaman. Oh, so good. Palm strike the stomach. Then just thrust it into that throat. Yeah. Later, Grandpa JJ. I'm the original thick man. Out of here. This is my swamp. It's cool. For that one, they were expanding on the one they had earlier, or she's struggling to. Oh, the clean cuts, man. The clean cuts. The ones where she's struggling to take the spear, the other person's grabbing the spear, and then she does the flip, and then flips them over, and cuts the head on it. Oh yeah. Alright, so, special segment, character rigging. Let's see what the heck this is talking about. I don't have Even
we
the
are
slightest
now at a
clue.
segment I'm very excited about. We do these big shows
Rightfully
for
so.
every season, and we've for the last number of them, we've tried to end them with a kind of a cool look behind the scenes at game development. On
Oh,
Honor,
character rigging.
animation. We've done sound design stuff, and today we're doing character rigging or rigging in general, which maybe some percentage of you have no idea what that is. I didn't know until we set up the segment what it was. Apologies for your life's work.
For some reason, I thought it was
Don't
some
worry,
kind of new
nobody ever
feature in the
knows
game
about it.
that they were just
Notice
calling
is
rigging.
If it's done well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's
no,
one of those
it's one of those things.
Yeah.
If it's done well, nobody notices it, but if it's done badly, then well.
Yeah, everybody sees it as, wow, the animation looks great, but that's not exactly always the case.
Well, everyone's going to learn right now. I'm actually really excited. Matthew La Tulip is here with us. I don't know your exact title because I remember you told me I got it wrong once.
A technical director
There it
for
is.
characters, sometimes animation, depending on the day or who you ask.
Yeah, that was what I did. I was like, oh, one of our animators did this. And you're like, no, I'm not an animator.
Yeah, I'm not.
You actually know the work of Matthew. Yeah. He's done many things, but the most iconic, his greatest hit,
Yeah, you may know Matthew from his greatest hits.
is what we're going to roll right now.
Oh yeah.
If you don't know what the hell is going on, we've had a lot of new players over the last year. So last year, it was just an obscure Reddit post, and someone was like, I want a cow in For Honor.
Can you stop saying a cow?
That's what they
Bull.
wanted.
I know, but this is not a cow.
Well,
It's a bull.
that's the deep irony here.
It's a white buffalo.
So someone on Reddit asked
White
for a cow.
buffalo.
Overnight, this dude slept in the office, did this. I guess you didn't sleep in the office, but you
No,
stayed a couple hours.
I did goof though. It's not a cow.
It's not a
You're
cow
right.
at all. It's a water buffalo.
Somebody
But
pointed out.
no one cared.
Yeah.
The next day, we delivered it. People lost their minds. We ended up putting it in our April Fool's Twitch plays.
Yeah, that's right.
You are the cowman.
I am the cowman now. It's not a great title, let me tell you. I'm not that
Technical
happy
director
about
is a
it,
much better title, I think.
The water buffalo man.
I'd rather have that one.
Too bad. Cowman you are. We really like Matthew. He does a lot of funny things on the floor. Things that we really can't even show you because they're so over the top. But it makes things work.
We could try to find some
Yeah,
that are
we could-
showable in one way or the other.
Like for an example, he rigged up this thing to test a physics a thing, and so he made a pit full of severed heads, and the warden is in the pit with it, and the warden would just run around, and they'd bounce off each
Well,
other.
it's like a kid.
It's like you're like a kid. You're like
That's
a child.
right. It's so fun. It's a ball pit ride.
Exactly. Every kids love that.
So let's get started. Let's learn about rigging. Take us to
Yep.
school, Matthew.
No goofs today, just some plain old rigging.
Even
Let's learn.
That's true. He wanted to put goofs in his presentation, and we stripped them away.
It's important. No goofs now. We gotta
This
we
is
gotta
serious
learn.
business.
So let's start. So what we have here is kind of a little schematic I put in the engine. It's to explain where rigging exists in the game. So rigging is in between the sculpting on the modeling side and the animation team. What we do is we take the sculpture made out of, like many of you probably know, and they're made out of polygons, and we jam a skeleton in there. Made out of bones, and then we tell each one of the polygons which bone to follow, and then we animate that. Some of the bones are animated by the animators, some of the bones are animated by themselves. We just put rule sets in the bones to move them around by themselves, so it's kind of like automatic animation.
And you have a saying, maybe it's not yours.
Oh
but
yeah, characters are only made out of mesh and bones. That's all they are.
That's all characters are.
Nothing but
Which I
mesh
feel
and
like if we brought Andrew back out here, he would just weep into his hands. He spends hours looking at tiny details on his beautiful character.
Yeah, those are details. You know? That's not what I'm here
Those are
for.
the detail. That's what they say. Come on.
Let's get to the meat of things.
Cool.
So there are two parts to rigging. There's the actual skeleton building part, and there's the skinning. The skeleton building part, yeah, it's just the bones that the animators use, while the skinning is the attaching the polygons to the bones themselves. I want to talk about skinning first because that's the
simplest and more zen thing to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that. I have another video here that explains skinning. So as you can see, one of our pals gave us a hand here.
Oh my God!
Hey!
Just
Setback.
Yeah, you and
Setback. You and
friends.
Setback can get along.
Arm,
so here you
by the
can
way.
See me putting bones in the arm that we have here. You know, bones are whatever. They're just cubes. They're just the game doesn't care. They're just objects. And currently they're standalone. See, I can spin them and nothing too crazy is happening. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the polygons and just attach them to those bones. Just 100% to whichever is closest. You can see here that it's like that's not how an arm moves, but at least the polygons are following.
Yeah, don't try that, Eric, because I tried that the other day with my elbow.
Yeah, don't do that. It's uncomfortable.
We hope that's not how arms work.
So here's some arm adjustment. You can see here that I've attached the ordering of the bones like an actual skeleton, and it's actually moving like an arm already now. Then I'm blending the weights, meaning like which bone it's following. I can tell it to follow multiple bones, and now it's already looking even more like an arm. You know, it's a little sausage-like how it's bending.
Just like my arms.
But it's a start, you know. It's a start. Goodbye, arm. Thank you for your help.
There it is. A little wave.
Let's move on to actual dynamic bones now, to the rigging part. So I spoke about
the terminology, though. Like the terminology you have to use for your profession.
Yeah, well,
it can get pretty morbid.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. You know, like the skeletons and bones and stuff. It's
Anyone in
very
the metro
spooky.
or the bus.
Yeah. Oh, what'd you do at work today?
Yeah, exactly. You know, you go on a subway and whatever, you're talking on your phone and you're talking, what do you did today? You know, I'm working on skinning a dog, and you know, people are just listening to the context. You know, and what?
You know, sometimes when we have discussions on the floor, and we're talking about executions and beheading, and I'm like, damn, if someone is only recording the audio,
it's dark,
and they're listening to that outside. I remember having a very long conversation about, like at our first E3, about when we did the first beheading, and how the sword was slowing down in the neck. And coming back home at night, we're like, man, we had a 20-minute discussion on how the sword should react when he's going through the neck.
Yeah, like
of the
don't slow
opponent.
down because it's too gory, and
so-
speed it up, and
Oh, it was
Yikes.
awesome. Yeah.
For sure. It's all in good fun, though. You know?
Then you turn around and look at your kid. You want something to eat, baby?
Hey, speaking of skinning a dog, Luke and sorry, I know, you're trying to get us away from it. Luke and the people in chat were big fans of the donkey on our latest
Oh,
map.
yeah, that thing.
Did you skin a donkey?
So that donkey was kind of already pre-skinned a bit. Though, you know, it was.
Did you jam a skeleton into the donkey?
He already had a skeleton in there too. We kind of found the donkey already ready to roll, skinned and skeleton.
Where's the
and
donkey
all.
from?
I don't remember.
We just found a donkey.
You know,
So let's
Well,
take
it's
a
like you
minute.
found the cow was from some old DS game that Ubisoft
Yes,
made.
it looked horrible until we did a little, you know, I messed around a little bit with it to make it look a little better. Because, yeah, it was like a DS cow.
Amazing.
He had 200 polygons on him. It
Water
looked terrible.
buffalo.
Amazing.
Water buffalo.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, and the donkey, I may have done that exact donkey years ago, and I just don't remember that much.
Let's move on. Let's go to the next segment.
So the dynamic bones. So these are the bones that are controlled automatically by the rigging team, not by the animators. What you're seeing here is I'm just making a simple 2-bone rig, you know, just to have the base there. And I'm going to add a plane and a sphere. Because bones don't matter what they are. You know, you can use a plane as a bone, you can use a sphere as a bone. It doesn't matter. And here I'm using a sphere because I'm going to be putting constraint on that plane, which is a rule set of how to act depending on what type of constraint you've given it. Now, I've put one here. I've put a hinge constraint on it that's telling to move the plane out of the way if the other bone, meaning the sphere, gets inside of it. I could even give him a max distance here. See, by setting up here, I can tell that don't do it if he's far enough. So it looks like physics, but it's not physics. It's much cheaper than that. And what I mean by cheap.
What do you mean by cheap? Yeah,
exactly.
I think it's important to clarify what we mean by cheap.
It means that it's lighter on the console. It's lighter on the processor.
Okay.
That way you can have more of them rolling in game and still have your frame rate. Because the more you put of these, the more your frame rate drops, and that's terrible.
And so for this example, you use some very basic geometry, but how does this actually take what you've shown here and give us an example in the game?
Yep. So you can use this. Most of the time, what we use it for is for what we generally call dangly bits.
Yep. The dangly bits.
The dangly bits, and these are things that are, for example, attached to the belt and are in front of the knees, and the knees kind of bang into it, but they're higher than the point where the legs are. So you have dangly bits in the way, and the knees are hitting it. Stop it! It's all serious stuff. In general, that's kind of what we do with it, but we have other interesting contexts that we use that I'll show later. Next up, we have, I'll create a cylinder here, and I'll just put an aim constraint on it. It looks at a bone, it just points at it. It's very simple. There it is. So I'm telling it to look at the sphere, and I can move the sphere around, and it's just gonna, keep looking at it. And an example of where we would use this will be, in fact, in my next video.
Oh, wow, what a transition.
That's
Right.
right.
It's like you planned for it.
What a segue into our next thing, which is a live demo, folks, of, well, it's not live, it's, video, but it's live to me because it was live when I recorded it, of the battering ram, which we don't get to see a whole lot in game. Well, you get to see a lot of it, but you don't get to interact a whole lot with it. It moves, it stops, So we just have a couple of animatable bones in it that we can see.
I guess
here.
a round like that has less bones in a character.
No.
No,
you would think so.
Way more bones.
Way more bones in a round than in a character?
It's a very complicated mechanical thing, Characters have
It just
arms and
does
legs.
that.
And
Boom.
yeah, you would
Boom.
think so. And you can sort of see here that, that's what you do. You have
Yeah.
a big bone there that the animators use,
The
a
big
small
bone.
bone there, and you can move it. These are only the animatable bones that you're seeing here. You can see some dynamic bones kind of acting on the wheels up there, but you're not seeing anything fancy right now. I'll hide the animatable bones, and I'll show you the dynamic bones that we have in there. You'll get a better idea of how many bones there actually. There you are.
Wow.
Yep, there's a lot of them, because this thing can deform and sway and do all sorts of reactions based on hits that he's receiving, based on the movements that he's doing. In fact, I'll show that off right now by grabbing the root and kind of jiggling it around a bit, and you'll see what it's doing. There it goes. Yep, you can move around and adapt to whatever's happening to it.
Should set that to techno music.
So the thing that's kind of crazy about this is that
it's already
very
done.
subtle in game. There isn't all that many chances anymore for it to super big react. The Cauldron does it, It used to, at least a little bit more, happen when you're using the ballista on it. However, that has been shrunk considerably.
For gameplay reasons.
Yeah, for gameplay reasons. So the weird thing about it is that when we started balancing breach mode, people used to say that the ballista was doing too much damage to the battering ram, which was causing people to either say we won because of we used the ballista a lot, or we lost because of the ballista, and they kept nerfing the ballista until it was barely doing any damage, and they were still complaining about it. And we figured out that the reason why they were doing that was because every time you shot the battering ram with the ballista, the battering ram would go like, and it was super dramatic. And people thought they were, despite the fact that the HP bar wasn't going down a whole lot, it looked like you
perception
were like,
of
yeah, I'm destroying it,
What we call signs and feedback in game.
Yeah,
Depending on the feedback like you're getting, because there's a strong reaction, you would be thought to believe that it's doing a lot of damage, and it makes sense. But even if it wasn't.
Yep.
Yeah. So we toned that down a bit because it was too powerful. Anyway, that's enough of the RAM. Let's move on to our friend the Black Prior. I want to show a couple things on him made out of the dynamic bones. First thing I want to show is the base of what we're doing, kind of with his little rope thing. Nothing too fancy, we're moving the robe out of the way to make way for cloth that goes on top of that afterwards. Now, I'm not going to talk about cloth here because that's a whole other set of discussions.
You could do a whole show on cloth rigging.
Pretty much. Maybe someday we will. I don't know.
He's already trying to find a way to come back to the show.
It's great.
What the hell is that?
But for now, let's just say that we first deform it nice like this. That way, if we do turn off the cloth, I don't know, maybe because the frame rate's real bad all of a sudden and we need to get power back, we can turn that off and he still looks okay. Because if we rely entirely on the cloth, he's going to look bad when that happens. Other things of note on him is the rig for the shoulder pad. We make sure that all of the metal stuff always is up over the arm, regardless of how we flex the arm. We make sure that the shoulder pad doesn't clip into the head. You know, we move that stuff around in a, you know, seemingly not that complicated way, but trust me, it was pretty complicated.
Can I tell you that the marketing team thanks you for that?
Yeah.
Because when we shoot videos, we try to avoid having things that goes through a character. So thank you very much in the name of my entire team.
The animators love that too, let me tell you. Because or else they would have to move that stuff manually. Nobody wants to do that.
So what you just said actually is to me what kind of blew me away about learning about this from you is I think a lot of the things in my head and maybe certain viewers' heads is often attributed to animators, like doing animation work on these things, which, to be clear, our animators do amazing work and very interesting stuff, which we did that segment on. But I had no idea that so much of this is dynamic, which is the automatic stuff.
You need both for it to look as good as it looks, you know? So the entire rigging team is actually pretty awesome. A lot of this stuff all comes directly from them. You know, I give some input sometimes, but, you know, we have 3 guys who, you know, have at this point been with us for years, and they're kind of cherry-picked, and there are not a whole lot of riggers out there, so we consider ourselves very lucky.
So rigging, to become a rigger is a good career choice?
Oh, yeah. Everybody needs those, and nobody has them. There are very few of them in Montreal.
Pro tip.
You heard that? Yes. A lot of people ask, how can I get into the industry?
Learn how to rig.
Learn how to rig.
How do you learn how to rig? How did you learn how to rig?
So I kind of started as an animator, and then I felt that it was kind of boring for me, and I wanted to do something more, you know, mechanically interesting, and it just kind of ended up going in that direction. Yeah, but it's fun, so you know, I kept doing it. Let's talk more about what we are actually going to see on the Black Friar here. This part that I'm showing is the spine, and this is just skinning that you're seeing here. They're just skinned to the animated bones of the spine. So as you can see, it's kind of, you know, that part isn't doing anything special. It's just doing what it has to. You're not deforming crazy stuff. Now, here's a more subtle example of rigging that we have here, and also an example of lookouts and hinge vectors in action. It's the hood of another set that we have on the Black Friar,
which is super important. If you watch the entire show, the hood is a key component of that character.
It's true.
That's what Hendro explained to us today.
It's important. Yep, we moved all sorts of stuff out of the way in order to be able to have the flexibility of doing stuff with the hood, and stuff we did. Like here, you know, it's subtle, but all the outside loop of the hood is always staying the same length. You can see kind of like it's not just following the head, it's deforming and stuff. And we're doing that by the bones that you have here. You can sort of see what they're doing here. This is all hinge vectors and lookouts being fancy, made by our rigger Ian. Worked a whole lot on this and managed to get it down pretty well. I'm very happy with what he ended up doing with this stuff. So that's kind of the gist of what rigging is for the characters.
Cool.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of fun. There's a lot of Zen pieces with the skinning and stuff, and you're always doing something different because, you know, new character.
In a way, it also seems like in a highly technical way, almost like playing with action figures.
I prefer to tell it more like we're making robots.
Robots.
If you want to go with action figures,
you're more a robot guy.
Yeah, sure. Robot. Well, there is a lot more math involved.
Yes, somewhat, but it's not that bad. Like a lot of this stuff uses like linear algebra and like vectorial math and stuff, but you're not exposed that much to it. A lot of it is intuition. A lot of it is learning how to expect how things are going to act when you do stuff. You don't need to know all that stuff. It does help, but when you start off, that's not how it goes. You know, other people can figure out the rule set and apply it, and that would be your job. You know.
So does Yubi have like a math man? If you come into a real bad problem, it's like you just need someone who's amazing, like math engineer.
We've had several people add several different components and different constraints in our bank of different things we can do with bones. It's not all the same guy.
Okay, that's probably good. It's probably good it's not just one guy.
Yeah, I would feel very
safe for
him.
Cool. Well, Matthew, this was super interesting. I hope our viewers found it interesting. Thank you for preparing the videos and coming here today to chat about this.
Sure thing. It's important to know.
It is. It is. And now I actually kind of look at the game a little bit differently now that I know all that. And obviously, thank you for the cow as well.
Yeah, but also when you see like the hood, for example, for me, what's great is we saw earlier how important it was, that hood in the character design, and now the same amount of energy is put into the rigging of the hood. So when you move around, the hood follows you around. So for me, it's
good
to see like this great teamwork
True.
that comes into like bringing a character to life like that. It's great.
We sit with the character guys to make sure that we all align on what's important on them and what to work on. And
We're being told that they did appreciate it and they love you and your passion. He's a
Good.
passionate man. They're giving a thank you, Matthew. Wow.
That's great. Thank you, Chad.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
You're not done yet?
I have more garbage to come.
Oh,
just you
you're
watch.
done today, though.
I'm done today.
Everyone's like, what?
Yeah, you got something
He didn't
else?
plan
Someone
for
on a run
this.
of show?
Not
What has he
today.
done? Yes, thank you so much. And actually, thank you to Chat.
Yeah.
Chat has been incredibly positive today, which if you spend any time on Twitch, it's not something that ever happens. Not just ours, any Twitch, but thank you everybody in the chat today.
Yeah.
It's actually honestly been very cool to see. So thank you
Refreshing.
everybody. It's very refreshing.
Yeah,
So
it's great.
thank you, and thank you for watching everybody. And speaking of thank you for watching, it's time to wrap it up, Luke.
Yes, it's
We're
the
going
end
to
of
the
the show.
wrap-up camera.
Yeah, wrap-up camera is right there. It's our moment of intimacy.
Matthew's still here, but you're never going to see him again.
No, he's gone.
Goodbye.
So that was the show.
Yeah.
Again, thank you so much for the positivity. Thank you for sticking with us. Reminder about the Twitch drops. You're going to get your notifications in the next 24 hours or so. So don't worry. You'll know probably tomorrow or over the weekend if you got the 100,000 and how many crates you got and all that.
And year 3 starts next Thursday on January 31st. It will bring you the Black Prior if you have the year 3 pass, the new map, effect 30 days, champion status, 5 scavenger crates, all that in the year 3 pass.
And if you don't get the pass, 1 week later on February 7th, you can unlock the Black Prior for 15,000 steel.
Yes,
just like all of our other characters.
Exactly.
Cool, and yes, we will be back next week right
Yes, we
here
will.
on the Warriors Den for launch day of Year 3, Season 1.
And Eric, thank you very much for accepting my presence today on
I actually
on the show.
I think it went really well in terms of
was
keeping
great
the energy
to co-host.
up. Yeah.
Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun. So, again, thank you to everybody who was involved in the dev team. Thank you for the amazing crew we've got that's making this work. There's actually a lot of them behind the cameras. You wouldn't believe it, but there's a lot of folks that make this come off without a hitch.
Thank you to our 4 streamers, who flew to Montreal.
Yep.
To Captain Mustard himself, Vivid Naz, who came from the UK, from Scotland.
The land of mustard.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will see you next week, and I hope everyone's excited about the Black Prior and Season 1 of Year 3. Thanks, everybody.
See you next week. Bye-bye.
Ooh.
You
get this one last time.
Misfortune
comes uninvited.
It
Hungers for blood.
craving
eternal darkness. That sword and shield combo, it's a winner. The time to repent is over. I will take up arms again. Rise up out of the shadows and teach them true darkness. Alright, so recap. Yeah, we gotta do a quick darkness. What can we say? Black Prior, my boy Vortiger, my girl earns a bit. I can't even say 10 out of 10. It's like 11 out of 10. He has 3 options to open you up. Like I said earlier, Shield Bash, confirmed light afterwards. Zone Attack, confirmed light. Unblockable Heavy, get them to react, feint, guard break, or just let it go. Frickin' has a move that I said it would be crazy if he had, and he does have it, which is a move that can counter any move, including headbutts, shoulder bashes, shield bashes, palm strike, pommel strike, all that. And in case that sounded similar, I said palm strike, pommel strike. Tiandi, Kensei. And what can we say? Shigoki? Are you kidding me? Poggers! My man's been waiting a long, long time, and his day is almost here. PK, rip, still bad. Slightly better. Not enough to make a real difference, really. And then my boy Warlord. Is this a mistake or is something planned about to happen? Offline, okay. I thought they were gonna like, woo, do one last. Sorry if that was loud. Little spook. But anyway, my boy Warlord back to the glory that he was before he was butchered. He went from like the strongest hero to still viable, but only if you play him real crappy. Headbutt is still a thing, yes, but his damage values are so low and so boring. Since those damage values are back up to where they were now, it's just one thing that he needed, and also the freaking crushing counter damage boost, superior light damage boost, 29 damage. Jeez, poggers. Should have just made it 30. What was the point of saying doing 29? But hey, they got their own calculation equations, I guess. But anyway, that is it for this video. That was a blast. That was a blast. Can't wait. Black Prior main, rep 60 confirmed. I mean, we don't. No need to ask any other questions. So, see ya.